All right, bro. We can go and do the introductions. Run it up. I think we got two returning people, and then we got one new guest, Kajor. I can start the introduction. I'm Durpee. I play Overwatch. I play a lot of tank. That's all I got for this one. Who's next?
Yo, I'm PK or Painkiller. I'm a aspiring pro Overwatch player. I
Well,
play on Nightmare, and I've been on this podcast one other time. I'm excited here. Excited to be back.
hey guys, I'm Rakattack. I'm a co-streamer. I play a lot of ranked, and I just lost my job.
I'm Kajor, renowned gatewing who does Overwatch content on YouTube mainly.
Awesome, bro. Rack, did you lose your GK partner job? Is that the
No,
one?
did you lose?
No, wait, not
Is your
GK, bro. My
job
brain
still
never I
there?
got. I meant Genji, bro. Wait, how do you lose your job?
Yeah,
Oh, you did.
dude, because I
Oh,
know, dude. I
out.
came back from the bathroom with a burger and fries, happy as could be, and then I saw that Genji wasn't a partner.
That's actually
Like
so
my
unfortunate. I'm
friend,
sorry
like
to
Oh
hear.
Cecile had to
yeah,
tell
dude,
me,
they're
and
making
so
me
this.
down. That is sad, bro. I'm sure you'll
Hey,
find
Rack,
another. I saw you put out the
You
LFT
didn't.
for player and co-streamer, bro. You got that,
Yeah.
no doubt in my mind. Um, and that kind of opens up the first discussion, which is going to be about the LAN that just happened, the World Finals. We can talk about the games. We can talk about the announcements they made. We can talk about partner teams. We can talk about really anything you want to relating to that. I don't know if anybody has something they want to start off with. I guess since we're on the topic of the new partner teams, maybe that would be a good first thing to dive into here. If anybody has
Yeah, I
something they
mean,
want to say about that.
I can start us off with talking about the announcements they made. Not really the matches, more so just like you were saying, like the partners and everything. So, as we all saw from the matches, though, NA got last place besides like Vero, Japan. Like all NA teams were eliminated before all like EU or Korea teams. So obviously NA is like one of the worst regions right now. So I think adding two more partner teams will be able to help. Like if you look at the NA players compared to other regions, like almost every top NA player is either in collegiate, like in school, or they're working a job. So I think having more partner teams lets players in an A like have a little bit less like pressure on them of like, oh, like I can't really play games full time, like I have to go to school, I gotta have a job, like having a partner team and like help from Blizzard and like extra money through that like will really help out like NA players and kind of give them a break. Like if you look at Korea, like Korea has like they're such a small like country like that they have lands every single game. The players get paid a lot more. If you look at EU, like the top EU teams right now are Saudi teams, and they have a lot more money than the rest of the orgs, and obviously they can afford the best players, and that makes the players work harder because they get a lot more money. So having a little boost in an A, I think, will make the region a bit better over time. I don't think the first LAN will be good for an A because you're gonna have a lot of teams either figuring themselves out, or you'll have a lot of teams that are still getting, or, still improving. But I think later down this year, like I think NA will be a really good region with the partner teams.
Yeah, I think like basically the difference between EU and NA right now, as you said, is just NA has collegiate. That's how we're funded. That's the only way you can sustain it. And but then Europe just has like the Saudi teams that can sustain them and just more money overall.
Yeah, I think even though like NA got wiped out this tournament, like there's two top EU teams that are far better than anyone else, and the rest of EU is pretty far behind in terms of like the skill level. So I don't actually think I think for next year, especially with the partner teams as well, like that's gonna be a pull ahead advantage over EU. Um, I think the interesting thing for me when I think about EU next year is how good will Alcatia and TM still be? Because Sim might get changed, the meta might change, those teams might differ. But yeah, no.
Do you guys think they announced the boot camp where the partner teams would go in February? All the partner teams. Do you think that's gonna like close the gap between like the different regions? How do you think that's like? Do you think that'll benefit NA more than it will the other region, just because
It's
NA is
just
not used to an environment like that, or what?
I think it's just good for practice. I think we'll bring the because it's probably just like a fake tournament without any like money or anything like the Soup Cup. But it'll probably just bring everyone together. before your actual season. People will probably boot camp for that, practice all together. Like, every region's gonna boot camp together, and then you move into your own matches just a little bit better. I know like Gen G did a boot camp originally, stage 1, and they played good stage 1 at the beginning because they were just ahead of everyone from the boot camp. So just having everyone centralized in Korea play against the best people you can will make like the stage 1 quality better.
Does anyone know
Yeah, I
how
mean-
long the boot camp is?
It's probably like a
No,
weekend tournament.
They haven't really
For,
given
like, 2
any.
weeks.
I mean, at least as far as I know, I don't think they've given like any information besides saying that
Yeah, no.
February there's a Seoul Korea boot camp for all the partner teams, which is
And there's
the other thing I
EWC.
wanted to comment on is how they're only inviting partner teams, which I don't think is that bad. Like with the addition of more partner teams, it helps get more players there. But I think it would have been nice to see like if they had maybe the top 4 teams in each region, or like like in China, maybe top 2 or 3 get invited out. Because like if you look at a roster like last stage in NA, like Sakura got 4th place. They beat me, and I think like if you gave a roster like that the opportunity of going to a boot camp and playing against other regions, like they could improve so much. Like as those players, like almost all those players besides Z, like have been international, like haven't been international and played against international competition or even practiced against it. And like coming as myself, when I went to the Korea boot camp for EWC, like I feel like I improved so much as a player from getting to play against other regions and seeing what other regions do. And I mean, we beat Twisted Minds at the LAN, so obviously like the boot camps work. And um, I wish there was a way that they could invite other top teams that are not partner, but I mean, it is a nice start that they're adding more like utilities and resources to the partner teams, but maybe later down the line they can find a way to incorporate non-partner teams into it, or like maybe like the highest placing non-partner team also gets an invite from like the previous stage or something, like that. But I do
Yeah.
really like the boot camp, but
I think it just comes down to like Blizzard funding, because I mean they can fund partner teams because they work with them and stuff like that. Maybe like a qualifier where it's just like, as you said, maybe like 3 teams. Maybe do like a really small qualifier and it's just like 1 weekend of OWCS basically. So just like a 1 week, get it down to 3 people, and then you go in. But I don't know. I think, or at least like maybe give them the option and be like, hey, if you guys want to pay like your own like room and board, like you could come, but we can't like house you. And I think like that's what Apex does now. They got to a point, different game. There's like 40 teams times 3. There's like 120 people per LAN, so it's like a lot different. But they don't pay for like housing anymore. So you have to fly there. You have to have your own hotel. I think like they figure it out for you, but like you have to pay, just like straight up if you want to come.
Do you guys think that the boot camps are going to kind of like, because I feel like with the boot camps and the fact that now you have 4 partner teams in NA instead of just 2, like I feel like those 4 partner teams are going to be pretty stacked compared to the other 4 non-partner teams. And I think the worst partner, like there's 4 of them. I think the 4th best NA partner team is already going to be kind of like picking at scraps, not to like, offend any like whoever's on that team, but
I think
I feel like the teams after that are going to be pretty bad, and because they can't go to the boot camp and they have no partner funding, I see like a huge like I think the gap's going to be huge between those like top 4, bottom 4 teams.
I think what it's probably going to come down to is there's probably going to be like 2 teams, a little gap, the 2 partner teams, and then like this one underdog team that's everyone who didn't get on a partner team that like, it's the money versus passion thing, where like if you're not on a partner team, you need the passion to like outweigh the money and resources that other teams get. And then after 5, it's just done. I think everyone after like 5th is just going to be like completely either just gone, unless everyone starts importing. Like you see, if you look at like GK and SSG, if they use both import slots, like there's going to be more free agent talent down the line. Like if you replace 2 people on each team, that's basically another team.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because not to be disrespectful to any players that aren't on the partner teams this year, but NA's already the worst region, quote unquote. Like, who is gonna be realistically on
UPK.
that 4th? Who's realistically gonna be on that 4th partner team next year? Let alone again, teams like Nightmare Sakura and whatnot, and how those players fit into those teams next year too. It's I think the import thing's really important. I think the money that the partner teams will get should, in theory, allow them to get some imports, which will, in theory, free up spaces for teams next year. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar to what Rack said in terms of like the power distribution or the power rankings in those team slots.
Yeah, I think definitely that fourth like partner team, like with you have Dallas, you think maybe we'll have a big budget. Maybe I think players are hoping Dallas has a big budget, and I also think that's another thing to comment on is like I think a lot of players are expecting these partner teams to provide a lot more money than maybe what they're used
Yeah,
to in the past, or like just like in general. But honestly, from my standpoint, like I don't really know what's going on with like the pricing for the new partner teams, but I feel like if you look at a team like DSG, I feel like they probably won't really pay their players like that much. Like I could be wrong, but it's just like
honestly,
it
I have
feels
no
like
idea.
it just feels like they don't really have much information going into like Overwatch in general. At least from like I can't really share too much, but I can like talk about how like they're already like having a little bit of problems with like trying to like get into the scene and like see who they can like build a roster around. And I feel like that team might either get like have some random roster or like have like we were saying like the scraps if there's no imports, because like right now it doesn't really feel like there's going to be many imports in NA. Like you're not going to see like I don't think like KR super teams unless Dallas decides to do that, but it doesn't really seem that realistic right now. So I think that fourth partner team where you have like you think of like there's going to be two really good ones, you're going to have another good one that's a little below, and then you're going to have that fourth one with like Rack was talking about, like you have that passion team. Even that fifth place that's not partner is going to be that passion team. But that fifth place is really going to lose out on not getting that Korea boot camp. Like that's like the thing I was trying to say earlier. Like I feel like it's those players are losing a big opportunity. So that's why you're seeing a lot of players now. No flame to Rack, like posting LFTs, like trying to get like on that partner team, get that Korea boot camp.
Damn.
Um, obviously no flame because I can't blame you, bro. Like I want to get on a like, bro. I'm not on a partner team. I want to get on a partner team. I want to go to that Korea boot camp. Like every player wants to go to that Korea boot camp if you're not even
You just
already on a
gotta, you
partner
just gotta
team.
find, you just gotta start matching up with like a sim player. We need you with a
I guess
sim
so.
player and just start taking over NA.
Yeah.
That's all NA needs.
Yeah, so do you guys think like the what we saw from the previous line in Sweden, do you think like NA stood no chance just because the fact that we're so underprepared, we don't have as many resources, or does like the meta also shift into it? Like, do you ever think there would be like a meta where NA would just come out on top, or even like at least be competent? Because like
Honestly, I think it just came down to like the bracket with this tournament. I think NA played the worst possible teams for us to play. NA just copies Korea, but is worse. It's just like a copied version of Korea's playstyle, which we played more into Europe. So like when I was talking to people, it's like our best chance was playing Europe, but we only played Koreans, which were just worse Koreans, and then they lost. So it makes sense. But if they played,
Yeah.
I know like some of them were confident against like, at least some of the Europeans, maybe like OWCS. I know, and Twisted Minds were really good the whole time. But like playing against T1, it's just they have a better dive. They have a better like the T1 versus Liquid game. It's just like they don't want to play against like Donghawk on Winston and Ball, even though like that's their strength as well. And then if they don't play Winston or Ball, then Infected's matched up against Jasmine playing Zarya and Ramatra, which that's just his two characters. So it's just like they have our strengths, but just stronger. But
Yeah, I
then Europe's
mean,
just a whole different
and
thing.
I think in my opinion, I kind of think a little bit different. I think NA was kind of doomed to do any good at Worlds based off of like what happened in the off season of stage 3 and then in throughout stage 3. Like you had a powerhouse team like GK, they probably should have done really good at this land, but they had some big internal problems obviously, and with their coach leaving, and that's just like a really
That also,
unfortunate
yeah.
situation that they had to deal with. So it's like it's hard for them to improve given those circumstances, and it's hard for them to do well at international. They did. What team did they go even versus in the lower bracket? It was T1. They took a map off
yeah,
T1.
Yeah.
Um, And no
That was
other
the
NA
only,
team has
and
actually
then
taken a map off T1 in last
yeah,
stage or this stage.
well, it's because also
But
right after that, Liquid got 3-0'd by T1.
yeah, but also I wanted to say, like, I think that SSG also kind of was a team built to just do good in NA and not a team built to do good internationally. Like, from my perspective, it's like I just played with, Rocket, Chronic, Luke, and Lep, and we beat Twisted Minds at the LAN. And then we had the boot camp. We got really good as a team together, and then our core splits because I mean SSG again is a partner team, and Nightmare can't obviously match their salaries, and so they're just improving. They're just going to be a good team. Like they're obviously like a second place, third place team, and it's hard for like us to bounce back in an A, like or as Nightmare, and then it's like that roster is just built to do good in an A. Like they weren't going to really do good internationally. Like they were a team for one stage, Like I think Liquid was a bit disappointing because they've been a team for the whole year, and they have a team house and like the most resources, and yet they weren't really able to do good. They weren't able to upset or beat any teams internationally, and they missed out on the stage 1 LAN. But like I was saying, like hopefully NA down the line this year can like do a lot better and improve as a region, and you're gonna probably look to see some like breakout players. Like we had Chronic in NA last year, and hopefully like more players, like maybe even like Zombie, can pop out and go to lands and show everybody that they're a lot better.
So Rak, you were making the point that had NA played more EU, they would have done
Yeah,
better, right? I think
I
that's.
think I
I'm not
think I
gonna.
think I think that
Yeah,
was
go
our
on.
matchup. I think it's a better matchup than us versus Korea.
Do you think? Okay, so do you think if Liquid played like, uh, I forgot who they played. I know they played T1 and got
Outcatsu.
knocked out. Yeah, right.
They
So like,
played they played T1 and Crazy Raccoon, I think.
do you think if they played TM or Alcad, they're winning that match?
Maybe not winning, but not getting 3-0 dogged twice.
I think I'm not gonna lie. I think that's kind of cool. And okay, here's the thing. I think I'm the first guest on here to be only from EU, so I got to do a little bit of EU back in here.
Oh, that makes sense.
So,
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
so, but I think I was looking like if you look at Tweet TM, I think Alcacia maybe less so because I was looking at TM a little bit more. But TM were competent against the majority of the comps thrown at them, like whether that was ball comps from Jumbin on Basan or Zarya Ram comps, or even matches where UB wasn't in and they were playing Tracer and they weren't necessarily playing Sim. Maybe the match would have been closer. Maybe they get a map with good bans, but I don't really think that like. Sure, maybe they do better, right? But like, who really cares if they take a map at the end of the day? Like, I think EU, the outcome, or rather, TM and Alkid still doing really well, wouldn't have changed, regardless of whoever TL played, or even SSG played. Of course, even look at Team Peps, like, they took a map of SSG, and they're like a step behind, like a significant step behind Alkid and TM. I don't think SSG are taking or making it even competitive against any Alcad or TM had they played that. So I know it's a little, maybe it's EU cope on my end, but I think Alcad and TM are far beyond anyone. I'll say this as well. Are there any good sim players in NA?
I don't know.
I
Like,
think Rocket is
Dyslexia.
the only good sim player in an A, if I'm being honest. I think
okay.
every other team is not really, they just don't like care to play sim. Like you look at SSG, like SSG lost 3-0 to Weibo after Weibo got 3-0'd by Alcad like really, really hard. And through sim comps and through their brawl. And I think that like SSG easily could have beaten Weibo. Like Weibo was a one-trick team coming into the tournament, and obviously they always are, but like their comps weren't really that good at all. Like you saw them versus any other team, like they just got stomped. And I think that like as a NA as well, like they didn't really try to find what they were good at. Like if you look at like Rack was saying, like NA maybe could have beat EU, but even if you think about
I
it
was
like
thinking
that,
like,
like
also let me reword this. I think Liquid would have done better. I think SSG is just an off tank team without the sim, so it's not as bad. It's not as good. GK was a tragic downturn over the year. I think Liquid versus them could just because they scrim them more. Like Korea never scrims Symmetra. That's just what happens. They don't scrim Europe until the boot camps. But like if you're Liquid, your only choices for scrims are like GK, Nightmare, SSG, and then you just start scrimming Europe. So like they're scrimming Europe all the time. So it's like they actually have practice versus the sim comp. That's why I'm saying that. is because
No,
no
yeah, I
other
can
no other
understand that.
teams in other regions have them practice
I
against
mean,
that.
Liquid also normally do scrim like EU teams throughout the regular season as well. They'll just
Yeah.
play on ping. But I think also it's like a thing of like the meta was just so like one-sided towards SimComp Brawl, like that. Like you look at Korea, like Korea really tried to play anti-symmetric comps. You know, they tried to play Ash Echo, they tried to play Dive, they've tried to play Pharah, they've literally even played Pharmacy, but they literally couldn't win at all versus the EU comps. And I think that's like just a testament to what the metagame was like. And if NA doesn't have sim players, then they have to play like an anti-symmetric comp. And I just don't think that they could have won like realistically. Like if Korea couldn't beat the EU sim comps like playing anti-Symmetra, then I don't know how NA could if Korea is just like a worse version of NA, you know. So I mean, I do think maybe Liquid could have had like a competitive series, like if they, went dive maps, had good bans. But I think like even still, like Korea, they went dive maps, they had good bans, and it's just like it's just still so hard in my opinion. I feel like it was just such an EU sided metagame for them
Do you
for this
think
tournament.
Yeah.
do you think Sim is like so good, like it's the character, like you just can't beat it, or do you think it's like these European players are so good at it, they just understand the macro really well, they can play into anything on it, and then you have these Korean teams that are coming out like trying to figure out how to beat it, and it looks like they're playing comps they've never played before, so like maybe the execution's just not there from them, or do you think like even if they played their stuff perfectly, the Sim comp is so good that it just can't lose?
I think
I
Sim right
think
now is just really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's also because it changes the game. You know, you're literally changing the game. It's like adding building to Fortnite. You know, we're moving around the map like you could never move before. You saw like they were getting TP bomb like 3K, like 2Ks every single game. Like every single map, they were literally TPing bombing and just killing like everyone. Just like random shit you just can't expect unless you
I
play
thi-
against it all the time.
I think it was Jonathan who said this after the match. After you lost, it was something like, I'm paraphrasing, but like I admire the EU teams because it wasn't just the meta didn't fall in our favor. It was EU created the meta, so to say, and I think the point of him saying that was to give a testament to how much EU teams put into Sim. I think, I mean, Sim. I mean, now we know Sim is like the strongest character, or one of the strongest characters in the game right now. But I don't think had EU not put that time into learning the character, I don't think we'd be sitting here and saying that. I think if EU didn't speed up on learning Sim, or they lost confidence in Sim, whatever. Like even I remember still last year, last Stockholm 2024, like Chris tried playing some sim version with Malga, and I can't help but think, had he had just a week or 2 more weeks learning sim with Malga, maybe that could have been a counter comp meta to the Malga Brig Juno thing that happened at the time. I think there's a certain learning element that sim teams need to have over the last year that only now are we seeing come to fruition. Um, I think Sim is of course really good, but I also think it's difficult to learn. Otherwise, other teams would have been playing it way before.
Yeah, I think Sim has been really good for a long time, and it's always felt like a character where, like, if you can execute on Sim, you can beat so many teams just because they don't know how to play against it. Like, even going back to 2023 OWL Grand Finals, like when London was playing it, like they would beat, Atlanta Reign back when they looked like they couldn't lose. London just goes plays Sim against them and like 3-0s them or something, 3-1, I forgot. But like, I just think you have to have such a good understanding of how to play it, and then when you do, it's like, yeah, these like we said, like these teams don't scrim against Sim that often because not everybody's playing it, and they just get caught off guard and lose. And I feel like it's been like that forever.
Yeah,
And I don't think it's
I
gonna
think
change.
I think there's like a number of things as well that factor into it. Like if you just start off small with like just looking at Symmetra, like the hero has been like insanely power crept over the last like few months, or not even few months, over the last couple of years. Like I was writing this down while I was streaming the other day. It's like she has so many like things that just make her so strong and annoying. Like I'll just start listening. Like she has her TP has a 13-second cooldown for that lasts 11 seconds. So she has a 2-second downtime theoretically with TP. TP has 2 health bars, so each teleporter has its own health pool, and it has 275 HP plus shields. So even if you shoot it, if you stop shooting it for a second, it'll start regenning HP back up. All of her perks are good and have use pretty much, besides like her major shield. But you don't need to pick that because the other major is like heal 20 shields per second when you're near your TP. And if you're on Sim, you're always near your TP with the infinite uptime, like I was saying. She restores ammo, heals, and builds her beam off of shields and shield HP. So whether that's her Zarya shields, Zarya's bubbles, two different things. You know, like the shield HP that also heals her and restores her ammo, and she has an OP ult as well. So that already on its own, she has a plethora of perks, like not like benefits to her hero. You think about the Sim comp in general, you have Sim, Soj, Lucio Kiri. Almost all of those ults are like can be guaranteed fight winning ults, like Beat Drop, Kitsune Rush, Sim Wall. And then you look at these like insane hit scans like Lip and Quartz and Labda, and like they're able to just guarantee fight wins with Overclock because they're just so good. And you think about that ult rotation versus other comps, like you're thinking versus Tracer, it's like, what's a pulse bomb to a Sim Wall, So like that goes like deeper beyond like thinking about like Overwatch, like Overwatch's game state right now of like the ults are just so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think she's ever gonna get like nerfed. Like I don't think it's gonna change because I haven't looked at the win rates, but I doubt Sim is
I think
in ranked.
I think she's probably just so bad outside of team play. Or like
Yep.
she's not bad, but like, she's probably not great.
I'm actually gonna look at the win rate website right now. I honestly think Sim might have a high win rate just because it's Symmetra and like you can just like place turrets down and win in bronze.
True.
Competitive. I'll do all tiers first. NA Sim has a 52 win rate, not bad, but I don't think that's like calling for a nerf. Looks like a Grandmaster champion. 53.2, which is actually pretty high if you think about win rates. Most of them are like 49 to 51. So, and I don't think it's gonna be enough to like her to be hard nerfed. I mean, I've been saying the same thing like PK, like you said. I can't believe that Teleporter has like 2 individual health pools. It has so much health in like a downtime of 2 seconds. Like I don't know how they, like if you look at her patch notes, like you said, like almost every patch or every other patch, she's getting like random micro buffs, and they've all been to TP or like the amount of health she has. Like doesn't she still like have 275 HP?
Yep.
Yeah, like that's insane. Because all these heroes are getting nerfed. Like you see other DPS heroes go like minus 25 HP like every other patch, and Sim is just unchanged at 275. Plus you have the teleporter. It's just so tanky, so hard to kill, and like plus the 3 turrets you have to worry. I mean, it's just so much stuff. But I don't think like a 52 win rate is gonna change anything. So I think it might be like that forever.
I was just gonna say, like, even if you're just like a casual player, or like you're like maybe even like more than a casual, like you're a high ranked player, but you don't compete in pro play, like even just every part of Symmetra's base kit is like annoying to play versus like, and just gets power crept. Like you think of Symmetra's turrets, they keep buffing the HP, so like you can't one shot them on certain heroes. You think of her teleporter, like we were saying, as 2 health pools, like in ranked or even in like more competitive, like casual, like high rank. I was saying, like you're not always gonna get players who even try to break TPs, and like her ult is good, her normal like built beam is like OP, her right click is really strong. Like every part of her kit just seems to be like continuously buffed over the last couple years until it's like every single thing is just so hard to play versus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the Tracer thing is interesting because I think it's important to contextualize these characters around what they're played with. I remember Pulse Bomb, when what was it? Winston Sombra Tracer Brig Honor was like hard meta in mid 2023, and I was so many people were complaining about Pulse Bomb because obviously if you just stick Brig Honor, you get a free kill. But now with Lucio Kiri's being played like literally everywhere, that's not gonna happen, or it's a lot harder for that to happen, and I'm not gonna say that Sim's not really good in team play right now. Obviously, she is, but I think it's important to contextualize that. I think if Brig Honor was played a lot more, then I think we'd be complaining about the ult a bit less. So I think maybe if like I'm not saying to directly nerf Lucio Kiri or buff Brig Honor, but what I am saying is that had Brig Honor been more prevalent, I think there's more of a reason to play Tracer, or that's something that we potentially would have seen a little bit more. I think again it's easy to list down everything broken with Sim, or broken in quotation marks. HP bar, the Sim TP thing. And to be honest, I think if you were going to nerf Sim, it's going to nerf bits of her play that is team reliant, so a TP and a wall probably, maybe her HP, and then you buff the things that individually like matter in ranked in a solo queue environment. So probably like, I don't know, her primary fire beam or right clicks or a turret, something like that. If you wanted to balance her, but I think where she is right now, I think contextually, if you nerf the characters around what enables Sim to be good, I think that'll indirectly nerf Sim. It's the same thing with Ram actually, because Ram got Giga nerfed, like destroyed, got 2 buffs to his armor or HP, 50 plus HP, whatever, and it still was the 3rd most picked tank or top 3 most picked tanks. That's not because Ram is extremely good, it's because the characters around him contextually make sense for it to play Ram. I think it's maybe a similar thing with Sim. Not saying to not nerf her, but I think that's an important point to bring up.
Yeah, if I can comment, I think I'm not sure I totally agree with that. Just because, like, if you look at like what you did, like, even with a Lucio ban and a Kiriko ban, they were still able to play it. Like, you would see Juno Kiri, especially on Busan. I think Twisted Minds did that a lot, where like even with a
Yeah.
Lucio ban in play, they would still be able to play Symmetra. And then even with Ram bans, like you had teams playing Diva, Zarya, Ramatra, all with Symmetra. Even with Soj, Cass, like you saw Soj, Cass, Freya, all 3 different hit scans with Sim, and you saw Lucio Bap, you saw Juno Kiri, and I feel like Brawl is just like in pro play at least, it's just like so strong, and I'm not really sure how they can like fix it right now, because even with all those like even within a ban system game, like you're seeing like Korea teams have to ban Symmetra on Dorado because it's that strong. Like you can't even play dive into Symmetra on Dorado. Like I think that's just a testament to like where the game state is at right now, and like I think either like a big change needs to come to the game, like not like perks, but like either like a big type of balance patch needs to get changed for Brawl to not be the best comp in pro play. But I think something like big needs to shake up the metagame here in the next couple years. Maybe it's Vendetta. Maybe Vendetta is just like a super hard sim counter, and it's like, oh, just if they're on sim, just go Vendetta, but we won't know for a little bit while longer.
Yeah, especially now with
Ooh.
like pro games happening for a couple months.
Yeah, I don't even. Do we even know when that boot camp thing is?
February.
They just
sometime.
said February.
Yeah.
It could be.
Um,
I would think it's early February because
I'm thinking late
Um,
February. I'm thinking whenever the new patch is. Perfect
I mean,
marketing.
I'm concerned with like when does OWCS actually start, because stage 1 last year started, you had your OWCS qualifiers, so that was like your Swiss and your open, like everyone could sign up. That was in like late January, and then OWCS started like maybe first or second week of February, and now you're having a Korea boot camp in February, so it's like how much longer, like how much do we have to wait for OWCS to start? They haven't really revealed that much for next year, like as far as like the format and if there's any changes to things like bans or like stuff like that. They haven't really announced, so it's like everyone's still kind of like up in the air, like on what's going to happen at the start of next year.
I will say they can do all the qualifiers while or before the boot camp, because partner teams don't play in the qualifiers. They're just auto qualled in. So like they can have that like the week leading up or something, or like the 2 weeks leading up. Give them a little bit of time to scrim before like the boot camp, stuff like that.
So wait, the
I'm surprised.
qualifiers.
I don't know what.
Sorry,
What's
the
up?
qualifiers are after this Masters Division stuff, right?
I
Or
would
is
hope
that
so. I mean, that's like
Probably.
the weird thing going on. Like it's like I've gathered like bits of information as far as like how Masters connects to OWCS and like the timing on it. So like Rack was saying, it actually does kind of seem like there would be the OWCS qualifiers like in late February, but like I'm just concerned with how late is OWCS going to start. Like, is it going to start an
Oh
additional
no,
month later?
I'm thinking OWCS starts like 1 to 2 weeks after the boot camp. I think the qualifiers are going to be before like the boot camp,
Yeah,
because
but
they don't. No one has to play in it.
the Face It Masters season 7, the playoffs end on like the 14th or the 15th or something like that,
Oh,
like in the
February?
middle
yeah,
of
it's like
February.
really late in
Yeah.
February because they have like a
Damn.
holiday break. So there's like 2 weeks off in the middle of the season. The regular
Yeah,
season always takes like 2
I feel like
months.
I feel like the season. I mean, this is probably a whole different thing, but I feel like the season's kind of gonna be really screwed. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I know there's like
Yeah.
rumored lands, but I'm pretty sure literally no one actually knows what's happening. But February, you have your first tournament, it's just in person in Korea. Second tournament in July, EWC. Third tournament is September, like right after World Cup. And then like you barely have any time to like push stuff in, you know? You
But
barely
then-
have time to like squish any other lands in, and then do you put another one after that? Like do you go from EWC to scrimming with your country to back to your team and then play another LAN at the end of the year or something?
I mean, are you trying to say like that there's only going to be like 2 actual lands? Because I don't know anything. Like you're
Nah.
talking about like a boot camp tournament. I don't know anything about that. Like as a player, I don't know if you know anything behind the scenes, but like
Wasn't it a boot?
I don't know
Isn't
anything.
isn't that what the Korea boot camp is?
I thought it would just be like scrims, like because that's
Yeah,
what
me
every
too.
normal boot camp is. It's just like you just
Oh.
go to a
I
certain.
just
region and you
assumed it would
just
be like
scrim.
like just a streamed like soup cup. You know, like the soup cup. It was like
Yeah.
$300.
Yeah, but like I'm thinking about like normally like this year there was 3 stages, 3 major lands. You had China, you had
Yeah.
EWC, and then you had World Finals. But like surely there's going to be another LAN after like the Korea boot camp. You know, like I don't know where. They haven't
Yeah.
announced any of the LANs, but like surely it's going to be like random, like someplace in the world, and then probably EWC again,
yeah.
and then maybe Stockholm World Finals again. So like the timing just seems like it feels like things are getting squished. You know, because like already this World Finals was the end of November, so like that this year is getting pushed back a month. So like, is next year's World Finals going to be in late December? You know, like that's what I'm concerned about. Or unless they make the week shorter and they squish it from like 8 weeks OWCS to 6 weeks. You know, I'm just not sure. They haven't revealed too much about the format, which is why I'm like just talking about it's a little annoying as a player because I don't really know much about what the tournament I'm playing in next year is going to look like.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna announce it all. I'm not gonna lie.
I
like
remember
talked to
last
Sean
year
Miller
in
like literally
Sweden,
right
they
after.
didn't announce the land until like a while after. I think
Well,
it
they
was like a
announced
month.
they announced the like how it was gonna be though. They were like,
Yeah,
there's
they
gonna be
announced
a
the
LAN here.
format, but they
Or-
didn't. Yeah,
or
true.
yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, they did.
Which
say
I
the-
don't know if they announced. I don't know if they announced the exact like
They didn't
places.
say
I think
where
they
it
said
was.
China. I think they might have said like China, mid-season, and then end of the season. But like they said like the base like
Yeah,
we
they
at
gave a
least have
roadmap.
3 lands.
I don't. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. Does anybody have any like predictions or anybody have any leaks on these like teams we might see? Anything anybody might want to share on that?
Like actual rosters.
Yeah, like rosters or anything.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not
I
gonna
saw
lie,
Ultraviolet
I
went
don't really
LFT, like
know.
as the podcast started, UV went LFT, so that
Oh,
kind of shakes
he
things up.
did?
Yeah, like right when we started.
Yeah.
I swear GK
Oh, he's
when
at dinner.
saw
I
Weezer
just missed
LFT.
that dinner.
Yeah,
Bro,
did my
I'm-
team
I'm-
dissolve,
they're
bro?
at K-Pot.
Did I lose my job too? No.
Dude, they just went. They
Yep.
went to K-Pot. I said no. Derpee's calling.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know how much information I'm allowed to share. I'm pretty sure
All of it.
the main thing I can like
He's
say
under
is like
NDA.
I mean, it's also just a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now. I think the most like important thing I can say is like I feel like a lot of stuff revolves around Hawk and Sugar Free this off season.
That makes sense. Are
Like
they all?
whether-
I guess we don't know. It depends if they're free
mean,
agents.
Yeah, they should be free agents, but I don't know like if they're gonna leave us. Like I don't know how much I can say. You know, like it's kind of private information.
Ooh.
Bro. Think Dallas Fuel's gonna
What?
be like the super team or?
Dude, I don't know who's gonna invest most. Like actually, I want to see who invests the most. Or like I don't know if people are gonna go Korean route or just like budget. Like I know Europe. Europe varied. Like there was people making like 4 times the amount of money as other players. So it's
I
just
mean,
like
I can say right now it doesn't really look like people are investing in Koreans, but obviously it's literally only the start of December, and we have like
It has
almost 3
been
more
1 week.
months. Like, obviously as a player, I want to get things going. Like, I don't want to sit until the last minute, especially with the partner teams. Like, I
well,
don't.
they
think
also want
players
to
wanna
sign you quicker.
Yeah, like I don't think
It's better
players
for
want to
them.
sit around and like wait for the last minute and like just get screwed out of getting on a partner team. Like I think players want to get this going, get the ball moving, but I don't know anything about Korea imports because especially with NA, like we looked at the last people at NA that did Korean imports was SSG with Kellen and Bliss, and like they had ping problems, and it didn't really work out for them. Obviously, Nightmare beat them, but like I don't really, I don't think I've heard anything about Korea imports into NA as of recent. So we'll have to wait and see if they change their minds, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Anything else on just like the games or the announcements or esports? We have other topics, so if there's nothing else on that, we can move on.
I mean, they have been doing a lot of like, they've been trying to promise a lot of things for this year. So I think this year could be like a really big year for like this could be like the biggest OWCS like year that there has been. Hopefully, like I think like we had what like 100K viewers on the coach streams and this streams on like for the World Finals. I don't really know like Rack maybe if you know like what the numbers normally look like, but I saw a lot of people tweeting about that. Maybe that means it's like good for the scene. I'm not really sure.
They did a lot. There was like
I think it's not
58,000.
bad.
Every time I looked, it was like 50K on Overwatch esports, and I know a lot of people are obviously doing
Yeah,
drops
it
and
was
stuff.
definitely doing good.
But that's
Tayo
like
was doing
better than what
fucking
I've
good. That
seen.
guy's doing insane.
Tayo?
Bro, his co-stream like Perma has at least 7,000 during like the
Oh,
ball
yeah,
track
dude,
matches.
OWCS Sports is
Yeah.
huge in Japan. Like,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah. Well, cool.
I was gonna say on the
yeah.
YouTube side of things because I'm more on that side of the spectrum compared to streaming and Twitch.
Mhm.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing that like next year is gonna be like not really big, but it's growth on growth per year. Like 2024, we didn't have like it's smaller than compared to this year. Next year there's more partner teams, so I'm looking forward to next year and making more money. But I think yeah, no, I don't think there's anything bad in terms of growth next year for sure. I think I guess the biggest thing I always talk about when it comes to like esports in general, especially on the YouTube side of things, and when it comes to content, is your TAM or your total addressable market. So my estimation of that is roughly 1 million right now, as in the potential market for esports and Overwatch is about 1 million. And the key thing to growing that is making sure that casuals are able to get funneled into the game. And I think you guys talked about this on the podcast already from a different week, but having like an integrated esports tab in the main
Yeah.
game is like really needed. I cannot stress how needed that is. Because it really helps funnel in like new casual viewers into the game. Right now
hope-
the marketing done for Overwatch esports is not great. On at least in terms of like the YouTube side of things, and that would really help. But yeah, I think again maybe you guys talked about this with Marvel Rivals, so that was a different podcast. But they're way more like sort of invested in helping their streamers, slash content creators a lot more. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do think that one thing about adding an org like DSG, like that has the potential to bring in a lot of like casual viewers and a lot of casuals into like Overwatch esports, and that could really like boost like pro players like just their like branding and their so like their actual like as a player like their branding, and it could grow esports branding, like it could grow YouTube scene. Like there's a whole lot of possibilities with just that brand because they have so many like casual followers, and I'm honestly kind of excited to see what ends up happening like to any of the players who end up on Disguise. Like if they, you suddenly see like Zomba, he gets on Disguise and he's like getting like thousands of viewers on Twitch, every time he streams the game. Like who knows what could happen.
Yeah, true. And I think it sounds like they're pushing more towards live events. I know that was like when they made that announcement that it seems like live events are one of the big things they were headlining, even if it's just like collegiate or that boot camp. I think doing that more is really going to increase viewership because like when I think of back when Overwatch esports was at its peak back in Owl, they had like a live event every game. Everybody was in LA playing together, and that was just fun to watch, and it was fun to hear like the crowd noise and everything. So I think more of that integration is definitely a step in the right direction. So I kind of agree with you guys that next year is going to be really good for esports.
Yeah, I mean, look at even Korea. Like all their, like I was saying before, like all their games are like lands in OWCS. So like that just brings in an entirely new fan base of like casual players of like, oh, why don't we just go see the game this Saturday? And it's just OWCS, and you're buying tickets for that. But in NA, you don't really have that. You like Brack was saying, like you have these collegiate events, but obviously that's like really different from OWCS. So Maybe there's a way down the line, like maybe we get like an NA LAN, like they
We
haven't
gotta shrink
announced any of the
America.
LANs.
I think that's the whole solution, bro.
Yeah.
Korea's the size of like Illinois. We just
Yeah, I
gotta
know.
we all gotta move somewhere. Let's all go to Texas.
Dude, I was thinking you could make like an
Everyone knows
Overwatch
Texas.
University and like segregate it like the parking by like placements and OWCS. Like if you get like first place in A, you get like the priority parking, whatever, like the handicap lanes, and then like you go on from there. That's like been an idea.
True.
I've heard about it for like 2
Bro,
years.
I forget who I was. I think it was like Odyssey. We were talking about it, and we're like, bro, we all gotta like grow up in like a like neighborhood together and like raise our kids together, and it'll be funny. Like you could be the drunk uncle, and like the next door neighbor and stuff. It's just like, we're planning out the future, and then we're all gonna have insane kids at games.
Why was that even like? You just want to do that? That would just like been fun.
No, it just sounds funny. Like
Yeah.
what? Like if I was like thinking like Luke Mino's just gonna live down the street, with his little family, like a little Mino.
And
down
maybe
the
that still
street.
happens, man. We still got time.
That is true.
So, okay. We can talk about the next topic. I guess it's gonna be the season 20 stuff. So like everything we've heard, because they made a lot of announcements this last week with the dev blog, dev update, all that stuff. Obviously, it's gonna be dropping December 9th, so in 4 days on Tuesday. I think the biggest thing for us, or at least me, Painkiller, and Rack, is gonna be that those top 500 changes and the social
Damn.
linking. No flame to Kajor. I
Kajor's
just
top
don't see
500.
him. I just don't see him at rank 1. I know he's
No,
obviously
listen, I
more
don't play the game.
content.
It's fine,
Yeah, I know you're more content focused.
Ever?
Maybe you can
not
make
even like,
videos.
not even like casually.
bro. Like 90% of my time in the game is in replays filming shit.
Yeah,
like it's
no,
Sage,
it
No.
takes
yeah.
time.
do you think like there's an untapped like I was thinking it a little bit, especially because I'm like always really high rank. Like, do you think there's like a market of viewers on YouTube who would like want to watch like just a high rank game and just upload like the whole game on YouTube? Like I know in Korea people do a lot of like
6 does
you
it.
just see
Just look
pro
at 6.
players upload their ranked games on YouTube, but like does he like let me go look how many views
Six
does he get on
YouTube is popping, but he's also like Roadhog guy, and he's been Roadhog guy
Yeah.
for
He's been doing
damn
this for
near
years.
last
and he has more like casual like fan base. Like I
it's
don't know how many
basically
viewers
he
gets,
he
but-
like cuts out his deaths, I think, and then he like does the reactions of streamers on the other team. It will
Yeah,
literally be like
well-
pro player hates my hooks, and like it'll be like me or Tree or Infected Raging, even probably
Yeah, I
you
mean,
at this point.
his
Like,
views
everyone
get,
is in
he
it.
gets like 20 to 30K views per video, like just uploading like ranked games and stuff. So like
Yeah,
maybe that's something more players can look into. But back to the original topic of like the new leaderboard and ranking system, like as a high ranked player, like I do definitely like it because it incentivizes you not to camp and not to like just play on like Smurfs. Like for me, it's like I get rank 1 in an account and then nobody ever like takes it from me, so I just get another account and just get that account also to rank 1. Like right now I have account like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like Slay also does that in Asia. Like he also has like 4 or 5
Slay is
accounts.
shameless. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right now. I love Slay so much, but bro, he just queues Korea, gets max games on Korea, then moves to NA and just wins all the games. So he goes up Korea leaderboard.
Yeah, but
Well,
like
yeah,
I do like the changes. But I also wanted to comment just about the ranking system in general because like I don't know if it was their intention or like what their purpose was. I wish they were a little more like open about it, but like even nowadays like champ, like it used to be champ was like this like glorious rank that only the best players could get, but like in the recent seasons they made it like so easy to get champ. It's like even if you're just a casual player, like they kind of bumped everyone up like 3 or 4 ranks, and like nowadays even like champ 2 is not even like super impressive, like champ 3 or like 2, like if you just play the game a lot or you're like decent at the game, like you can just easily get like champ 2. So I mean, I don't know if that was their intention, like moving into this like next season, if they're like hoping that a whole bunch of people are champ 1, and then if you have people going above the ranking system, like whatever the new changes was with like the score or whatever. But that was just like my comment on it. Like I feel like they're making the rank system like a lot easier for people to get higher rank on.
I think people just like the dopamine of ranking up, and they just want people to like not think that champ is like this impossible hurdle, or also decentivize like camping at champ 5 because everyone's champ 5.
Yeah.
Also, I wonder how the challenger score is gonna work. Like, I don't know if people are gonna be like, because you start your challenger score at diamond, so like, I wonder if people are gonna use their challenger score more than like their normal rank, or how that's gonna work. Also, I will say, as a devil's advocate of like liking new things and looking at the positive, I do think there's gonna be a negative. I mean, you lose one loss is equal to 3 wins, or no, 3 wins is
Yeah.
equal. I don't know. It's a third
I
of
can
your
explain
like
it.
you
I
lose
can
only a
explain it
third.
because I read
Yeah.
a Reddit post like
The
2 or
Gavin
3
one?
days ago. Yeah. And from what I understand, it sounds like the highest. So when you win, so like
Yeah.
for challenger score, you get more challenger score the higher rank you are. So like if you're like champ 1, I don't remember the exact numbers. But like let's say if you're champ
It's
1,
like
you get
240 or something.
240. And if you're like diamond 5, you get like 30, and it's probably different, but like your challenger score when you win is going to be dependent on your highest player. So if you're in like a champ 4 to champ 1 lobby and you have a champ 1 on your team and you win the game, you're going to get 240 or whatever it is. Even if you're champ 4, you're going to gain what the highest person on your team gets. But if you lose, you're only going to lose a third of what you would gain at your rank. So it's not going to go off the highest player. If you lose, it's going to go off of your number, whatever rank you are, and a third of it. So like you could gain like 240 one game because you won with the champ 1, but you're champ 4, and then like you lose your next game, you're still champ 4, and let's say you get like 210 at champ 4 instead of 240, you only lose 70. So it's like you just win 240 and then lose 70. You have to lose like 2 more times for it to, and you'd still gain more from that one win. So it does
Yeah.
kind of. I don't know if they're gonna
I
change
think-
that, but
I
weird.
think I will say this. I'll preface this like full out as the person who likes talking to I literally talk to Gavin like almost every stream. He comes to my stream, and he's like the guy who usually does all the systems. Or it's just kind of, I don't really care how next season's gonna work. Next season's probably gonna be ass. It might be. Who knows? The rank system's either gonna work amazing, or it's gonna work and everyone's gonna hate it because I'm gonna be permanently rank 1 or something, or like PK, someone who can play all day, and like is just permanently playing ranked. Like I have like 600 games this season. Like I might get so far. Like I'm gonna purposely only play on one account for the whole season and see how it goes. But with that being said, the season after I think is like the new we reset like your elo, we give you the new competitive drive or the new competitive gun, all that stuff. So like as long as they figure it out by the second season, I'm happy. But this first season, it's just to me, I'm just like, is it gonna be a test? I don't care. Like we'll see how it goes.
And do we
But people
know?
are gonna hate it, I think.
Go ahead. Painkiller. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say like from my perspective, I like really wish they did a rank reset like this season because like obviously I have like 4 or 5 accounts champ 2 and I have an account champ 1. Like if I queue on my champ 1 account, am I just like gonna get screwed because I'm the highest player in every single lobby for like a minute? Like all my accounts are champ 2. Am I just gonna be getting like screwed and then like some guy that's champ 4 on the enemy team is gonna be getting a like ton of elo because I'm like champ 2 losing, or is it like gonna be like, oh, I'm champ 1, like I can't even go down? Like Rack was saying, like it's gonna be like a big like what if, like big hit or miss, which I'm excited for. I think like finally like revamping this, like this is I was saying this on Twitter, but like this is like the biggest like change to the leaderboard since they like split the leaderboard of like having players be able to connect their socials. Like obviously you need to get approved manually, and then like I'm not sure like if you can only link like one social to one account, like can I have my same Twitch on 4 accounts like top 10, or is it just like only one of my accounts can show myself, but like I'm pretty excited for it, finally giving incentives for higher ranked players and like trying to make like people actually try to get rank 1, like, oh, if I get rank 1, my my Twitch and my YouTube are going to be right there, everyone can see it, I'm the rank 1 tank. And
Yeah.
I'm also curious to see like how that boosts viewership. Like if I'm the rank 1 tank and then I'm getting like 300-400 additional viewers because people are just clicking my stream at the top of the tab, like what does that mean for me? Should I just like be a streamer, like should I just be getting rank 1?
I think
and
they
then
just gotta low key. I think when they do introduce this, I think there should be like an easier way to click like the leaderboards because they're adding this, but you still have to like go to your profile. Even for me, whenever I check the leaderboard, I have to click like friends, then unfriends, so like people
Mhm.
pop up. Then I gotta get off open queue and I gotta go to support, and then I
Yeah.
can click your profile.
Yeah. And do we know if the leaderboard is gonna be like? Is it only gonna be the challenger leaderboard, or is there gonna be like another option to just view like what we have now with like champ and?
I think there's
whatnot?
top 500. There is top 500, and then it's just like friends.
So is
But
top 500?
Challenger,
Is
What?
that like separate? So top 500 is what we have now, right?
Top 500, it will be the same. It will be the exact same. I think it's like the only thing they removed is like 25 needed wins. Now I think you need like a minimum challenger score. It says it in the Reddit post that you read, but they removed like the 25 minimum games and they changed it to a score. But you could technically be in diamond in top 500 at the beginning of the season, but you could also be champ one. So it's just like the 500 people with the highest challenger
So there's
score.
only be one board, and it's gonna be sorted by the challenger score.
Oh no, it's still gonna be like probably support and DPS. So that's what you meant.
Yeah, you could
I think.
filter it. Like it's still
Yeah.
gonna have multiple leaderboards. It's just like maybe like the main leaderboard is like the challenger stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think that's like the like like when you load up on the leaderboard, it's like
Well,
the
yeah.
default is like combined roles or something like that. Like the challenger score might be the default, but I think like actual high rank players will use the challenger score like as like, oh, if you're rank 1 challenger like compared to rank 1 like tank, like I feel like people will. I mean, like Rack was saying, like it still depends on the system if it's actually like useful or not, or like if it like works accurately. So like maybe the challenger score is like the rank 1 challenger is like a champ 5 tank versus the rank 1 tank is a champ 1 tank. Like we just have to
Yeah, I
see
wonder
and
if there's
find
gonna
out.
be a
Like,
sweet spot. There'll probably be a sweet spot of like I was permanently like imagine I'm just like camping champ 4 and I just go like win, lose, lose, win, lose, lose.
yeah,
Like forever.
exactly. Like if there's like an optimal rank to be to get high challenger score, like maybe champ 4 is like the best rank to be to get high challenger score because it's like you're not high rank for the matchmaking, but you get a lot of elo. Like, that's what I was kind of saying earlier about like all my accounts are like champ 2 plus. Like if that's gonna like make me like not be able to get rank 1 challenger because I'm so high, and someone who's like champ 4 who just plays a bunch of games can like get higher like score than me, So
I wonder if they ever like add something to that fact. I hope they add like a risk to reward factor of being high because like being high elo. I think I was like talking to UV about it and he like did some calculations and he's like if a GM5 goes 12 and 12 versus like a champ 2 going 12 and 12 or like 6 and 12
Yeah.
6 and 6 whatever like they both gain the same amount but I wonder they might be able to like that's why I hope it gets improved and like changed and they just take all the data and they move it to the next season. But it, like
Yeah.
something like if you're in longer queues, like you exponentially like you'll win more but you'll lose more. Like maybe you could like go up to like 2x the amount of like you'll make, but also you'll 2x the amount you lose. Just like based off of pure time and queue.
So
Yeah, I'm
Kajor-
not gonna lie.
yeah.
I don't have much of a stake in this because
No,
Well,
no,
you're gonna
I
make,
mean,
you can
the
make
game-
you can make videos
No,
on the
no,
number
yeah.
one challenger, bro. It'd be
Yeah.
actually
bro,
good.
no one's gonna. This is the thing. No one's gonna give a shit about that if it's just inflationary. Like the first
Dude, do you
time
think
I
YouTube
heard
people
about
are
that
gonna
system,
know?
that's a good point.
Bro,
to be fair,
you can say you're rank 1 at any character and they'll click
Yeah.
on the video.
Yeah, to be fair, I get people sometimes commenting on Discords of like, oh, why is this guy saying he's rank 1? Like I made a video on like a rank 1 queen player, and obviously they're not actually rank 1 on queen or the best queen player, but like they're the highest queen or were the highest queen in the EU. And people were just dick riding about, oh yeah, this guy's not actually ranked. Like, who gives a shit? But I guess the thing is like, I mean, the way you described the Durpee is like the first time I've like heard of it, like of how it's like going to work. And it just sounds like an inflationary system that's designed to maybe give people who grind the game a reason to keep grinding the game. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Is to reward those people.
And to be fair, they
but it
could
doesn't
totally
sound
change it
competitive.
up. I mean, even the article is like prefaced with like, yeah, we're like open to what you guys have for feedback, and I feel like they've probably heard it by now that it's gonna reward players that just play more. So I could see it being totally different on Tuesday when it comes out. So it'll be interesting.
Dude, I just want to see what like things we get, bro. I want skins. They gave us a Freya skin, right? Bro, those stadium skins they gotta change.
Bro.
I only play that game for skins. I can't lie. I just
Bro,
play it
did
for the
you see they're
support
adding
skin
like
to get off.
spawn camp turret? I thought that was the funniest
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
ever,
they're adding
bro.
spawn camp
You
turrets,
can't get
flying
spawn
Wuyon.
camped anymore in Stadium. That's actually too hype.
Dude, I was trying to play Stadium today with Lep and Ryan, and like we were just trying to get drives, and dude, I'm not gonna lie, the first like 2 games were so hard. Like we couldn't win. I was like me, Lep,
Yeah.
and Ryan, like 3 like like good players, and it's like I don't really know. I don't play Stadium that much. I'm sure like either Rack or other people like play Stadium more. I
anymore.
wasn't sure like what your thoughts on like current stadium like feels like as like a player who's like higher rank, like if it feels like rewarding if you're higher rank, or if it's just like just
I think
either
you
like
just need to play the game. Like if you know the builds, it's like OP. But like
yeah.
you just need to know the builds. Like when I used to play, it was just like go Zarya and upgrade your
Yeah,
gun.
that's
That
what it
was
was for me.
it.
Like when it first came out, like I would just go Queen or Zarya and just like, oh, this
Dude,
perk
oh my
looks
god,
OP.
remember that? Dude, there's one thing with like Reinhardt, like the Bowser's bouncy
Bowser's
castle.
Castle build, bro. That one was like hard meta forever, bro. Whoever made that was a genius. Yeah, I made
Yeah,
that video and then I don't think I ever played Stadium game again in my whole life. Dude, because when it came
Dude,
out, I was
Smack,
like, dude,
though?
wait, Stadium, you can make bank off Stadium. Like, I honestly thought like by now there would be like streamers with
I thought
1,000
it'd be
viewers
like
that only played Stadium, like just like Stadium only creators, and that
I
would
thought
be
it
the
was gonna be
main
like
thing.
Fortnite and Fortnite no build and stuff like that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie,
You know,
I'm
like there's
kind
some
of
people.
curious. I'm kind of curious what the numbers are behind the scenes because like they have a like I know that a lot of people on Twitter talk about how they keep making a lot of balance patches to Stadium, and while I honestly like as a player like that plays the main mode, like I do feel like they do like if you look at the last few balance patches, it's like you'll see in like roll queue you'll have like maybe 5 heroes or 4 heroes adjusted per patch, and then like in Stadium you have like 10 and a main mode, like like changing like the money system
Yeah.
or like the economy of the game. But like they did say that they have the same original team, I think, Rack, as like as it
Mm,
was before Stadium, and then they just have an additional team
people. Yeah.
for Stadium. But it does feel like there's been like we've been saying about Symmetra, even like it does feel like there's been lackluster like changes to the main mode, and like even the latest discourse is like how there's a new map for Stadium that's not even in roll queue, or like not in roll queue in
Dude,
like the main
I'm fine.
mode.
Honestly, I hate the haters for that one, bro. It's one map versus 3 maps. It's like a third of the effort.
Yeah. Which I mean, I
Sorry.
think the dev team does get like a lot more like hate as far as like they think that like they're diverting resources away from the main mode while they're actually just like giving new resources to like Stadium. But that's what I was saying earlier. Like I'm kind of curious to see like what the player count looks like for Stadium behind the scenes. Like I'm not sure if that's been like talked about before, but if it's like doing well, like Durpee was saying, he was expecting like streamers to have like thousands of viewers playing just Stadium. So I mean,
I think the biggest person's like Emong in the morning. Like Emong just
Yeah, it's
queues
a
it,
lot of
but he
like,
like queues it for fun, and then like that's what I used to do. I used to queue Stadium for like 2 hours because no one
yeah,
would play ranked. That was like back when like after stage 2 OWCS, nobody queued afternoon ranked
yeah,
till 10 p.m. I couldn't do anything. So I was just like, all right, I'll just queue like Stadium for 2 hours, then go play ranked.
yeah.
But I think the biggest thing holding Stadium back right now is, bro, like whenever I try to play with my girlfriend and stuff, bro, her computer just like explodes. Like that shit, that shit is too unoptimized. Like my PC can barely handle Stadium.
Okay, I'm also not gonna lie. I feel like I don't know if this is just me, but I've seen a lot of players talking about how like the optimization for the game is not like good. Like I know recently there was the one clip on Twitter of like someone in a Vaxta with like a Soji and a Suzu,
I gotta pee one
which
second.
I don't know if that's like the best representation of like how the game is optimized, but I have been seeing like since the last patch on like last Tuesday or the whatever the recent patch was, like I feel like my game has been having a lot of FPS drops. I don't know if like anybody in the chat agrees with me, but like a lot of like FPS drops and performance issues. And I like my PC is not obviously the like a super PC, but like
which patch are you talking
before the
about? Like
patch,
this, like
like
last.
whatever the last like patch that wiped replay codes was.
Okay.
Um, but like it felt like I play on low settings. Normally I'll sit around 200 to 300 FPS. Like when I'm just in the game, nothing's going on, I'll be sitting at like 500 FPS, but like lately when I've been playing, like my FPS, I'll literally see it drop to like 80, and I play on low settings, and I'm not sure if this has been happening to anyone else, but like I feel like that's been happening a lot. So hopefully they either roll out a fix next season or it's at least talked about.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying they've seen that. I haven't seen it much myself, but I've taken a few days off, so I haven't played around too much. But yeah, I've noticed like some patches that just happens randomly, and like I don't know, it gets fixed sometimes. It's weird how that works. Um, okay, I was gonna move on to the next topic, but Rack wasn't even here, so I want to make sure you got it. But
What?
you're
You're
here.
fine.
You're here.
Bro,
Okay.
I had to
You have
take
the
a
wireless
piss.
headset. I know.
I could lay in bed, man. I could do whatever.
You can make
I could be
pasta.
anywhere. I could make pasta. Dude, I made that pasta again, and I
Tonight?
put some I put some hot honey on it today. It was actually pretty
Oh,
good.
nice. Oh, that sounds so good. Okay. We talked about the rank stuff. I don't know if there's much more announced for this season other than like skins, the winter event, obviously
Dude, I fucking
Vendetta.
love the skins.
Yeah. But I think most of it
Sorry.
we've already talked about, or we don't really need to. But I think that season 21, and I know I'm looking 2 seasons ahead now. I think that's gonna be the big one, right? Because they always like season 9 was
Yeah.
the big one, then season 15. I think they're
It's
doing
it's
every
once a
6
year.
seasons. Yeah. So season 21. I mean, this is coming like sooner than later. I mean, before we know, we're probably gonna see like teasers for it and announcements. I don't know
Yeah.
if anybody has any like predictions. I've already kind of done this segment a little bit, I guess, on previous podcasts. But like, what do we think that could be? I mean, I've heard a lot of like team ups, um, which
Dude,
we don't have to
all I'll
talk about it too
say
much.
is
But
all I can leak is Gavin today said that the new skin is cool. The weapon
New
skin.
skin. Oh, new
Like the
weapon. skin?
like the galactic.
Oh yeah. Like,
I like those. I
wait,
like those
what?
because like you know how there's like galactic jade, gold.
Oh,
He
the
said the next one's
color.
cool.
Yes. Oh, I'm hyped
Yeah.
for that.
I
That's
don't know
good.
what it is. I mean that's whenever the next season is after this.
Yeah,
So.
season 21. They're gonna do the rank reset too as well, right? On season 21. That's every 3
Yeah, they
seasons.
usually it's like a once a
yeah,
year
yeah.
rank
They
reset.
said it's.
I thought it's every 3.
season 20.
Isn't rank reset every
I
3?
don't know.
And then I'm the rank genius. It's
I
I
every
don't know,
3.
man.
And then the like big stuff is every
Kajor knows.
6.
For the rank reset, I literally have no clue, bro.
It's every 3. It's every 3.
Okay.
You got any fun topics, Kajor? I feel bad. We're just talking about ranked.
We're talking about ranked. We're trying
Like
over here,
I
man.
literally, I don't even know the last time I've touched ranked. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you're fine.
But
But you got anything? You got any shouts?
no, it's interesting hearing you guys speak about like your how much time you put into the game, like whether just playing Stadium early or not. Because the way I treat Overwatch is like when you guys are like playing ranked or Stadium or whatever, like I'm scripting something or like I'm recording something or like I'm doing XYZ, and like I think even last time you won the podcast, Rack, you mentioned like you were
Mhm.
scripting something and like how hard that was or whatever, and how laborious it kind of felt. That's like what I do like pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I've
that's
made
what
some
I have
I've
to
made
do.
some conversation videos myself about like getting unbanned or like some other
Oh,
stuff
how'd
like
those go?
5v5, 6v6. They didn't work. But I wrote out some scripts. It's actually pretty hard because then like reading it off, I don't want to sound like a robot. Like I still want to add like some genuine conversation into what I'm saying,
Dude, then
but
you gotta
like
like
I don't
make
want to
sure
just
you
go
have
in
your.
blindfolded.
You gotta make sure you
Yeah.
carry the
Yeah.
enthusiasm too. The only time I got a script done actually, or the most recent script I did like a perk guide for supports. I wrote it on a plane. I had no internet access. I was like, bro, I just gotta do it now.
That's what
Because like I
did for
want to play
my
the
Stage
game.
3 wrap up, just on the plane writing.
Yeah, that's smart.
So
Yeah,
cheap.
I mean like I wanna be playing, and like realistically, I probably should like tone back the amount I stream and then try to make like YouTube videos. But I just love playing the game too much.
Do you not have
There's
an
never been
editor?
like okay, actually, I think no, I do, but like eventually I might have to say it, and like also at that point I just say the words. I write my own words because it's like I just talk about all the perks. He doesn't know what I'm gonna say,
Oh yeah.
but then I
I think
send the
that-
clips to him.
I think for educational content, it's like a really like it's really good to do. It's funny. I was talking to 2 months ago. I was talking to Coach Mills. I'm not sure if you guys know who that is. Used to be an Overwatch content creator. Now has moved to Marvel Rivals. Primarily a YouTube guy. I mean, we're talking about how different creators have like different strengths in terms of what they prioritize in terms of their content. So you guys are streamers. Like you guys prioritize your Twitch mostly. I know Durpee, you funnel people from YouTube into Twitch. I know Frankie P does that with TikTok. And then I specialize in long form stuff. Other people specialize in doing short form stuff as well. It's actually really hard to master all aspects of content at one time, unless you've got editors. I think honestly, you guys' content structure's fine. Like you guys, well, not even fine. It's good actually. Like you can stream so much and then send it off to editors, and you'll be fine mostly. But yeah, no, I think the script stuff is something that like it can be really formulaic, but if you want to like, I guess, almost build a story or narrative around your content, it kind of needs to be done that way. I'll make sure you don't drift off too much. If you feel like a robot, I know some people do this. I know Sparrow does this. They'll have like notes, and then he'll just riff off of those, or like very like
Bro, that guy's
keywords or
crazy with
something.
notes. That guy's so good with his notes. I remember like at the spotlight thing when I went to in like last February, April, whenever that was. He just pulled out a notebook, like he wrote like everything down.
Are they gonna do another
about, like, because
spotlight
we like
in
yeah
for
yeah
season
the one
21?
with like the perks and stuff.
Yeah.
Because he went through all the perks and like one by one, and like he just like came in with like a notebook because there's like a give feedback like section,
Oh my gosh.
and it was just like.
He's a genius.
But he's
Yeah,
super respectful.
no.
He let everyone ask their questions first. He's like, all right, is everyone done? And you just go bang, 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 and it'd be like 100 questions.
But yeah, no, he's super thorough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Rack, do you know if they're gonna do another one of those summits for the season 21? That's like a big update. And I know
I
season
think, I
15.
mean, I don't know if they're gonna do. Is this like the first big public one?
What do
I
you
remember
mean?
like I know it's like a spotlight. Spotlight was the first one. I actually had the most bad. I brought it to the tourney, but I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do it every single year, and I don't know if they've done it before. I mean, of course they bring people in, like, but I think
They've
this is the
done like
first time that they've ever like.
I think this is
I
the
mean, they
first
did
time
like the
they've had you guys like
Porsche event
is this
and
I
like
think this is the
stuff.
first time they've had you guys like stream the new stuff there, because I know they've like flown out creators for
Yeah,
stuff before, but I think it was a lot more private. I think
I think
like
it's they probably like flew in. You learn you talk to them. I mean, there was the Porsche event and stuff,
yeah, and a lot of the stuff's like under
but
NDA, but it seemed like the one you went to was like really open. Like I'm sure you guys found out about everything a few days before everybody else did, but like it was being announced while you were there, and then you played it, and it was more open.
yeah.
That was kind of good. I'm just kind of wondering if they can do it, because that was for the big season 15 update, and you have season 21 coming up soon. I'm kind of wondering if they're gonna do that
Yeah.
again or whatever.
Maybe they'll get you and they'll get you unbanned. That'll be like
Yeah,
the
they're gonna get
big
me, bro.
Durpee unban.
Yeah.
Cinema.
Reading off the list. Yeah, let's get Durpee in there, Cardi Fan 22, all these stand-up class
They'll
act
boot up like the
content
main
creators.
Overwatch stream and like you walk through the door last.
Oh
You
my
know?
gosh. Maybe in 2029. That'd be a goal.
Maybe. Is that when the ban expires?
No, that expires in like 2098 or something. Maybe I'll be
Yeah,
alive.
you gotta
No, I
last.
think it's gonna be later than that. I think I'm gonna be definitely dead.
Oh.
Um, yeah.
So, someone said any Stockholm stories. Kajor, you got any crazy stories?
what do you mean? Like at Stockholm?
Were you?
Or,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
I don't know. Mari asked me any crazy Stockholm stories, bro. I was just posted up like the whole time. I wish I could
you?
meet like more people.
I didn't
I
see you at
was
Stockholm.
Yeah, I was sitting in the coach streamer booth the entire time, which is funny because there was zero security this time, like barely any. People just could walk on stage and say hi to us. Ryan texted me, "I'm gonna slime you out," and then he was behind me in 2 minutes. I was like, okay, I actually could have died. I was like, but
Wait,
like,
was
yeah,
different?
no,
Did you
I
get Ryan
don't
on
know.
camera or no?
Yeah, he was on camera. He said hi. I think he like dyed his hair, like, or maybe I don't know. I don't even remember. He was on camera definitely though. That was the only time I saw Ryan.
That's cool. I hope they do one
Yeah,
in
I
NA.
haven't.
We need a North American one. And see everybody.
Well, are you going to Anaheim? BlizzCon? BlizzCon?
If they don't announce an
going.
NA land, I'll probably go to BlizzCon. I want to go to something.
Dude, you have to buy the tickets now. They're $300. Maybe you'll get like a Reinhardt skin or
When do
something.
they like close?
Tomorrow. I don't know.
Dude, because it's like
Dude, my mom bought 4. So if people don't come in our family, you can have one
I'm next in line. That's awesome.
for like half price.
Appreciate the offer. Yeah, it's kind of like I want to go to something. So if they don't announce an NA land, I would definitely go to BlizzCon if the tickets are still open. But I
Dude,
could
let's
go
go
to
to
both.
League of Legends World
but-
Finals.
Yeah, I'm down. I would understand everything there.
Dude, I don't know what's going on, but it's isn't it near you? In Allen, Texas.
Wait. Yeah, I think I heard something is in like nearby me. Yeah,
Yeah.
for League. I don't know if it's like the actual finals or like some qualifier.
It's
or
like
something.
the weekend before like the World Finals.
Yeah.
So it's like the playoff qualifiers.
Let's do it.
I'm down. Yeah, I hope Envy, dude. You know what they should do? Dallas Fuel should just pick you up and you can just stream at their booth.
Dude, I'm
How
saying,
about
bro, if
that?
they have like a team thing in like
Have you reached out to
Dallas,
them?
I messaged Tasmo on Twitter, but I don't think messaging on Twitter works.
Dude, I'm not
Cause
gonna lie, I might have messaged him like yesterday. I don't think it worked.
did
Dude,
you
they
message him
they
on
changed
Twitter?
Twitter DMs so
Yeah, it's so
much.
weird, but you have to like actually click into it to see anything.
I will
Yeah.
also comment as like a player, it feels like really hard to reach out to like partner teams, even regarding just like the obviously like DSG and Dallas Field, just like as a player. But like I feel like
Yeah.
there's not really a good way to like talk to the partner teams or even like obviously like I'm not the most sought after player, but like even just getting the opportunity to reach out to one of them, like it doesn't really feel like I feels like I can't do it. Like I haven't talked to anybody from DSG or Dallas. Like I feel like
Bro,
most
sometimes
players
you actually
haven't.
just get hard donut-walled by like Twitter Blue. Like I swear like Twitter Blue just like lets you DM people better and they see it. But
I mean,
also that depends if they check Twitter.
even outside of Twitter, like I've tried to email DSG just to like see, because like
Mm,
realistically for me, like I feel like there's like a pretty high chance I could end up on a partner team. Obviously, I don't like want to just insert myself there. Like I want to like talk to them first, but like or like if there's other people wanting the spot, like we can like figure it out. But like
yeah.
even if I don't get on like Dallas Fuel, obviously, or like trying to get on DSG, like at least having the opportunity to talk to somebody, like I feel like I should have. But like I tried to email out to them. I don't really have a contact on Discord or anything, or I tried to reach out
I
on
feel
Twitter,
like
nothing. So
I feel like
I don't really know.
it's kind of unfortunate with the new partner teams because it's not like they have a core and like you don't actually know who's like really there. Like in Overwatch League, right? It's like they're not getting rid of everyone. So there's always like some like usually you don't switch your managers. You always know
Yeah,
who the manager is, you know who to reach out to. And you can't really pitch yourself to like when we were on students of the game and like these teams were getting announced, like we
yeah.
could pitch our team to them, but you can't really pitch like a single person unless they go like, "Hey, we're hosting tryouts," which barely ever happens
Mhm.
unless they reach out to you for like a big wave. But no one, dude, I don't think a team has done tryouts in like
Nah, people don't do
Dude, the
since
tryouts.
last one I remember was
contenders.
like the one where it was like PGE streaming. That what team was that? It was like everyone was in
Dude,
it.
That
I think it was
was
before OWCS. I
Yeah, it
don't think there's been a
was.
single like
It was
it was
like
like Dope Gaming or something. Oh no, it was the Gumba team or
I think it was
something.
T1. I think it was.
T1?
I swear there was PG's
no.
like streaming something. I don't think it was the Gunba team.
I swear it was like I know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure it was the Gumba team where it was like you would
The
have like
Gumba team was
literally like random
flying through
players.
main
Like you would
supports
have
every
like
day.
no, it would just be like you would just see people streaming and it's just like random people like every day. Like you would see like
Yeah.
Luca, Astro, like I don't even know, man. Like you would just see everybody. But yeah, I mean it's just weird, bro.
I swear I remember PG going against like Kilo and one or however you say it, Kilo.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that
There
the
would
Gunba
there
team?
would Yeah, that's what it was. Or
Oh,
maybe it wasn't Gumba, but it was like we all know what we're talking about. Where it was
yeah.
like there was that one team where everyone was like
Yeah, it
trying
was
out.
crazy. I wish there was
Um,
more of that because it's like
Well, I remember, dude. Oh my god, funny story about that team. I was supposed to. I got a tryout for like the next day, but they told me like really late or something. And only I barely ever drink on stream, rarely. But for some reason that day, before I got asked, I did 1v1ing like my viewers, and every time I won, I took a shot. But if you beat me, I'd give you owl tokens, and I just took like too many bottles down. And then I woke up the next day, played horrible in my scrim, and I never got a contact again.
I mean, I will say because it's like it's been like
Oh,
denounced, but for DSG they were originally supposed to have like they were supposed to have Cap be the coach, Capitology, and then
oh,
they got rid of that. They were supposed to have Krusty, and
hmm.
then they also got rid of that. So like right
Oh,
now,
weeks.
I don't think really anybody knows what's going on with DSG, going through like trying to build off of two coaches and then getting rid of that. Like, I just don't really know what's going on with them as a player. Like, none of us are really talking to DSG. Obviously, they just went through two coaches somehow in the span of an off season. So, like, just don't really know if they're like fully aware. Like nobody knows what roster they could build. Like, maybe they just get Dilducks because they see they're the most like semi-popular team that's not already a partner team.
Bro,
Like
I just remember
literally nobody
seeing
knows.
literally no hate to any of these people, bro. I remember like seeing in the announcement of like Disguise, it was just like I think like Aspen, Warren, and Frogger like all were commenting and they like added PG and they're like, let's make a team. It would be funny, but I don't think that would happen.
I mean, but
That'd
that's
be like
exactly like no. I mean, literally,
Nobody
why
knows.
wouldn't they, what if they just pick up like Aspen Frogger and they're just like, hey guys, you stream and you get 1 billion viewers and we want you to
Realistically,
compete for
it
best
depends. It
team."
depends how they want to do it. Like, you could ball out. Like that's why, like, I don't know what anyone's gonna invest because like, you could ball out, buy Koreans, buy the best team, use a lot of money, or you buy content creators and it's profitable. Like they'll literally make money. I swear, like if you picked up people like that, they would make money off of our team, off like the team.
Your team.
Though I meant like
Students of the Game Part 2.
because I mentally assorted myself in there.
I won't
I'll be on
lie.
tank.
I was talking to Cap because during Stockholm about like
He was
something.
there?
No. I was just talking to Cap because
Okay.
vendetta reasons or whatever.
Yeah.
He said to me, I mean, it was kind of funny because he said that he couldn't leak what happened, and then
Oh,
now he's on or
Now
something
you
happened
know.
with this guy's now yeah, now I know. Which is kind of funny. I mean, honestly, I was gonna say that like when you guys mentioned Gumba, like it's actually kind of sad seeing like how few, at least 2-3 years ago, like the I guess decline of coaches or like the coaches that have either gone to content or have just gone to different games or have just retired. Like I do wonder where Gumba's at right now in his computing career. But no, it is kind of sad to see that.
And I did see McGravy posting an LFT partner or not. Obviously, I think he would only
We
want to
just
get on
posted
a
another
partner
LFT
team.
as well.
We each posted an
Yeah,
LFT.
I heard that.
But
DK
I mean, there's
posted
not
looking for
really
a streamer.
like
Gumby.
that many coaches in NA. Like you think of like the main NA coaches, you have like Danny and Casores, obviously, and it's like
Well,
that's like
the thing
really
is, I
it.
think like coaches are kind of undervalued. Like to a point, players are getting so good that they just need like a little bit of structure. Like
Yeah.
what is it? Goltek. Goltek's good. He taught like the ways of Korea. Cass Danny never worked with them. Probably good. They do their stuff. I mean, they get results. But then you look at teams like Twisted Minds, they don't even have a coach. UV's basically a coach. That guy would last Stockholm prep. He was VOD reviewing Overwatch like mid blocks, and then after blocks, he'd be VOD reviewing Overwatch, watching Deadlock. He was learning Deadlock and became like insane at that game. And he was VOD reviewing Super Smash Brothers Ultimate to be infected for fun. Like that guy is just like an insane grinder. And then but then he'd coach, like he'd message me and be like, oh, why'd you do this here? Like do this here. Like don't do that. Like if we fucked up fights, like he'd look back and he'd go back in the VOD mid scrim and like show what's going on. But like a lot of people are taking that like in-game leadership. Like I know that's how it works in TM. Like everyone gives their input and everyone like speaks up and works hard. I was talking to Landon after the event and he was like, I mean, they have like junk buck and stuff, right? But he was like, this is the hardest like we've worked like ever. He's like, we had like no free time and we just like would permanently review and that's like it. But that's how you get the results at the end of the day. But you don't like need a coach if they don't actually provide that much value for some people. It's just like also budgeting wise, some teams just can't budget coaches. It just happens. Like the players might want more and not get a coach.
Yeah, I mean, that's like another thing like I was talking about with like NA having more partner teams is like you get to invest more, like even invest in a coach. Like obviously like it's pretty hard right now for like non-partner teams to even try to afford a coach. Like either players like especially too because like I feel like a lot of people have a misconception of like what players are like actually making in OWCS. Like I saw on Twitter like a couple months ago, like people saying like, oh, the average OWCS player like makes a couple thousand a month, and it's like the only teams that are getting paid a lot of money are like partner teams in Geek, and it's like they have those partner teams in Geek have like so many resources that like the average player doesn't have in OWCS. Like you look at like old Nightmare teams, like even this year's Nightmare teams weren't really getting paid like nearly as much as partner teams. Like I can probably just say that like the partner teams are probably making like 3,000 plus a month, and Geek also was probably
Damn.
making like 3,000 plus a month compared to like like you look at like stage 2 especially, you look at like stage 2 had, Nightmare, you had Sakura, and both those teams are getting paid less than like 600 a month per player. Like both those teams are probably getting paid not that much compared to like the Owl team, or not the Owl teams, the partner teams. So besides the prize money, of course, but prize money is like its own thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to like the pavers passion thing. I remember like even with Nightmare Stage 3, like I was approached and they're like, oh this, and I was like, yeah, I'm on contract with like Genji too, so like I'd have to give up that
Yeah.
salary to like stop playing, plus like all the streaming money that I make, and like literally just like the Genji money. They were like, I don't even know if we could compete with this. They're like, I'm gonna be honest, so it's up to you if you want to
Yeah.
like play.
Yeah, I was talking to someone about this in Stockholm because esports in general is very top heavy in terms of the pay. Like hearing that 3,000 number, it does not shock me that much, especially considering again teams like Sakura are earning a fraction of that. And it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a large reason as to why not just me, but so many people have been wanting or doing or moving to content, whether that's long form in YouTube, whether that's streaming. I think streaming is probably the most accessible one, to be honest, especially if you're a good player. I mean, you're all good players, you're high on leaderboards and whatnot, and people know you, and they've got a reason to watch you, and then making that into YouTube content. I think Kai Fan's also a good example of that too. And there's many examples of that. And I think if you're earning 600 a month, maybe even a K a month, maybe even a bit more than that, I still think it's, unless you're really, really, really set on like becoming like getting on to one of those partner teams, it's like I honestly think you should do content. Is what I see it as. And yeah, that's what I think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think even like last year on NRG, like streaming, I think I made more per month streaming than actually salary wise. Like you have to kind of like weave in both. Like right now, like now I'm not even paid. Now that I'm not paid by like an org, I mean besides Genji, like now that I'm not like scrimming and all that stuff, it's hard to keep it sustainable. Like I'm making more than I did in Owl, and like all I'm literally doing is just playing the game for fun on my own accord. Like yeah, I want to scrim. Yeah, I want to play tournaments and stuff. I did get to go to EBC, so that was fun, and I made some money off that eventually. But it's just hard. It's hard for like teams to be formed off of no money because you're just
Yep.
also like, damn, they're literally like even on like Gatos, right? Which is pretty not great example, but like if I was to play with them another like time, it was like we weren't getting paid. I would have had to wake up at 5. I would have to pay for like basic. They give you like a little stipend, so they don't like abuse it. But they're like, I would have had to pay like $1,000 to fly to a tournament, and I'm like, all right, like we don't have like a fund or anything. Then the Zocorp guy came in and like bought everything, but that happened. But it's just like
Yeah.
you don't have money, don't have resource. I know like the Nightmare Boot Camp, like you guys became sign, and that's how
Mhm.
you got it. Like that was like a last ditch effort. I don't know
Yeah.
if you knew about that before, but
Yeah, I mean, with that, that's just how it works, isn't it? Like, if you don't have money, you got to find other ways to make money. Like as a team, we were talking about it, it'd be like, okay, we could maybe like look into staying as Nightmare, but all the players would have to receive like a bigger cut. Like maybe we lose like 30%, of our prize pool because we would have to like find a way to pay for like going to Korea boot camp and like the hotels and the PC cafe or the PC rooms, whatever. Um, and like honestly, like as a player, it's like why, especially like in NA, like it's so top heavy with like the money. Like I was saying, like earlier, like Nightmare and Sakura, like those are the two like next up teams you think are like maybe not next up, but like as far as money is like maybe they're paying a decent like a little bit, but like the partner teams genuinely like make so much money. And you even look at a team like Team Liquid, like they had a team house the whole year, and they're getting paid thousands of dollars a month, and if they underperform, it's like I don't know, man. I feel like if I was in a position where I'm getting that much money to just be good and I get a team house with my friends, or not even just like my teammates, my friends, like I'm living with them, and it's like you connect with your teammates on a completely different level by living with them, and you solve issues so much faster. And that's like the whole point of a boot camp. But like you're just doing that every day, and it's like getting that opportunity is like, I feel like is pretty insane to think about, like. If anyone wants to
I had
comment,
it
but
on
like,
Paris. That shit was fun. I mean, it was mid-season Paris. Like we weren't expecting like that part of the Paris season. We didn't. No one expected anything from us. The Vegas season was different, but like that part of the Paris season was so fun. Like being in person, and you like Like you also like couldn't even like drown on losses. Like I know we were losing, but we only had like a third of the season on Paris, and like we came in with expectations like you're all rookies, this isn't gonna work, but you guys need to like develop by the next year. And like even if I lost a game, bro, I'd turn to my like left, I'd be like, damn, bro, this sucks. I'd turn to like Malfa or Crawley and be like, you want to go to Chipotle? And you just go to Chipotle and you get to talk about it. But like if you
Bro,
don't have that,
Rag,
you
you're
just turn
so
off your
different than me,
you turn your
bro. I played collegiate and like I would go to these LANs and like play with my team like in a room together and it was like just a room. Bro, we had like the most tilting loss I think I've ever had in my life, bro. I like threw my mouse across the room, bro. Like I'm not going to Chipotle, bro. Like what are you talking about? Let's go to Chipotle after.
Okay, but like we were losing, we were getting like shit on by Koreans. It wasn't close.
Bro, you always have to strive to do better, bro. You gotta. This is
I
why
know.
anyone ever
Well, we
beat
were striving
Korea,
to do
bro.
better, but damn, you just got flashbanged.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's tragic times.
But yeah, no. It's just like you got to be in person. It's like there's so many barriers got to get crossed. Like on the Vegas season, loss happens. You're like, all right, see you guys Monday. 2 days, no comms, no one talks to anyone. But like when we're living with each other, like we're gonna go get food, we're gonna go to the gym together.
Yeah.
I'm living with one of you. Like we have to talk about it, and then you start solving your problems. You're like, okay, yeah, you Ajax are like, oh yeah, you fucked up here really bad. And then you'd be like, yeah, you fix it. Go up and go back home. Luke Mino's VOD reviewing at 3 a.m. That was a funny story. One day, Luke Mino walked in at like 2 a.m. to the PC lab, and I was like, what? Did you just wake up? What happened? And he had McDonald's. So,
Dude,
as
Luke loves
PK would know.
McDonald's. He loves McDonald's. No, but I totally get that. Like when I was in the Korea boot camp, like, dude, it's like we're losing, and I'm sitting next to Luke Mino. I can just turn my monitor for the VOD review, look at something with him, and easily fix it like that. Obviously, like you can
Yeah.
screen share on Discord, but like being able to just point at something on the monitor of like, okay, look, do you think I should be here? Do you think I should be here? Like, I think you should be here. Like, it just makes things like so much easier, and it's like,
And
just
that's
like,
why
wow.
that's why collegiate's awesome. I don't know. Are you gonna live in the collegiate? Are you think you're gonna move or no?
Yeah, I'm trying to move next semester.
Yeah, because like even in our lab, like it was me, UV. Okay, at a point it was like me, UV, Tree, and Wheats, and then like also Infected was there, but like he left. But like we were all there, like in person. So like Tree would see me, and I have to learn. I have to learn my things. Well, I was his roommate. He'd see me in like the kitchen and be like, "Watch OBS Sojourn." Like he'd literally just like spam tell me to like watch VODs. And if he didn't see me watching VODs and just watching random stuff, he'd be like, "Watch VODs." And it like that helped me improve. And then UV's right next to me. He can turn to my monitor and just point. And like that's what like going back in the screen, like he had a permanent like stream of Wheats's like screen, and he could like replay it on YouTube. And he's just like would go back 10 seconds and be like, "Why? Why'd you do this?" Or like he could do it like permanent, but you could just easily do it by turning your screen.
Dude, also
Yeah.
just forces you to, yeah, you're always talking about the game. Like, let's say, like, you scrim and then, like, you go to the gym with a couple of your teammates. Like, you'll probably bring up something that happened in the scrim or, like, the game, like, naturally through a conversation. Maybe you're not talking about it the entire time, but it's like, you can improve
Or you're
while
talking about
not.
perks through like the entire workout. Me and UV used to go to the gym. Now he hates me, but
What
yeah,
happened, man?
he got a girlfriend.
Oh my
That's what
gosh.
happened. So
Dude.
now he wakes up later or also has class. So that's also a different story. My class is gym, so and it's already over.
Gym, that's your one class?
Yeah, I kind of walked in like the first day, started lifting. She's like, "Oh, you actually want to do this?" She's like, "I gotta pay attention to the other people."
Yeah, but like, no, it's like you're just talking about the game naturally, like, without even being on your computer or on Discord. Like, a lot of the time, like, maybe you'll do a VOD review for 30 minutes, 1 hour after your scrim or just talk about it, but then, like, you'll leave and then you're by yourself, and, like, maybe, you might type something in the team chat on Discord, but, like, when you're just with your teammates all the time, like, you both share the same passion of, like, getting better at Overwatch and you're on the same team, like, you're naturally going to bring conversation up about, oh, maybe we should try this. I think you did this, and you could do that instead. So just being in that environment, kind of like you guys are all saying, like just having your teammates around you, definitely a big advantage. And it would be nice to
Did you
see
live
like
with
any
any of
teams
your
have that more.
teammates back when you played?
I didn't like live with them, but a lot of the time, like we were just in the like esports room, anyways.
Yeah, close enough.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And you all gotta hang out at night, bro. Like
Dude,
winter,
we all
we
went
hang
to
out
the
like every
gym
night.
and we hang out all the time.
We go to the
yeah.
gym, bro. We slam beers.
Dude, yeah, we would get lit too, bro. I mean, it's probably not hard to believe watching some of my videos a year or two ago.
What?
But dude, that was peak, bro. Just like go to those like functions and like come back and go against flats at 3 a.m. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Dude, the funniest thing is like we have like functions and stuff, and like infected the sweetest child ever. He'd be like, "Can I just play on your computer?" And he'd come into my room and just like kneel and start playing on the computer. We had something for everyone.
Oh, dude, wait, I remember that, dude. I think I played against him once, and he like sent me a
Oh,
picture
here,
of him like.
I'll show the GIF. I don't know if like I guess it's like, I mean like he's clearly not doing anything. He's just playing. I don't know if I have it like readily available. There's a
Don't gotta
picture
worry
of
about it, bro.
Khalid.
You
Like
can-
that one. Yeah, this.
You have it. I'm gonna leak our DMs on the stream.
No.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, I swear you sent me a picture of this like happening, or somebody did. I don't know if it was you, but I remember I played against.
Oh no, because I
Infected.
think you were in the game.
Yeah, no, I was against him
like,
on Circuit Royale. I remember, and like somebody.
he might have been on my account. I'm not gonna lie. I think I let him like have one life or
He was
something.
on some weird account, I think. No, I don't know.
Oh no, because he did log in. Because he was.
Oh
Like,
my
kneeling,
gosh,
'cause that was
Infected, you gotta
before,
get into the
like,
other
shit.
room, bro, and start. Oh my gosh. No, he's not allowed to do that. He's not allowed
He's
to do
like
that yet.
17 in that picture.
I know. Okay. Any other topics kind of talked about the new season, esports, the advantages of being in person and not being in person.
I want to see more OWCS skins, and also I want to see how OWCS is. I want to see how DSG skin looks. I feel like DSG and Pep's skins are actually gonna be cool. It's gonna be like Chengdu. That's all. I'm a cosmetic guy. I'm a
Dude, you have
casual
like a
pro.
toast hat on, dude. Well, I hope we get more skins than like 3 characters,
Dude,
bro.
I thought okay. So my idea of how it was gonna work is I thought everyone was gonna get skins. Also, apparently, it probably doesn't help that a partner team backed out or isn't in, so they have to like redo everything. So they might have stopped once they knew that was happening. But like, I thought it was gonna be like just skins come out, maybe like a few skins every once in a while. But I thought every team was gonna get like one like legendary, and like you could fully customize it. So like in Apex, not Apex, like Rainbow Six, every team gets like their own character, and they get to customize a skin for them and stuff like that. And I really wish it was just like you go to this most recent tournament, you go, all right, TM, you get first choice. You get first choice of character. They could make a TM Mercy and like make a legendary TM Mercy skin if they want to sell the most.
Yeah,
And
that'd
then
be
next
genius.
it's like Crazy Raccoon Kiriko, stuff like that. Like you just like get a list and like you work with like the design team and just like make a skin. I know like in the finals, the grand finals, they like Nightmare actually won it and they're gonna get like a skin in the game. But also we used to have that, but then like now you can't tie names to faces.
I mean,
and
I do know
people to
that
things.
like the biggest thing with like Overwatch and Blizzard with not adding more skins was just because like with like Gen G, like they're scared of like, oh, like we add 5 or 10 Gen G skins and then next year they're just not in the game, which I mean,
Yeah.
I guess
They're
makes a
limited
little bit of
edition.
sense.
You guys could buy all the Gen G skins right now, and they are probably gonna go away. So not
Which
to
I
say that I
guess-
have to tell you to sell them, but like if you guys want to buy them,
It makes a little
limited
bit of sense
edition.
in that regard when you think of like, oh, they don't want to make a bunch of skins for an org that pulls out, but like, I feel like you got to take some sort of risk, like, I feel like that's what they're trying to do with like the boot camp, which is like trying to make it like, oh, each org, like if you partner in our org, we're gonna like make an event for just you, like just your partner team, which I do kind of like, and I hope that we're like incentivizes more orgs to like invest in Overwatch esports. So like, not that I don't think Overwatch will ever go back to OWL like salaries or like type of viewership. But I will say I think the biggest problem right now in like Overwatch esports is like connecting like the fan base to players, because if you have a player like Hawk who is an OWL, it's like he has so much more like viewership and fans compared to like a newer player like Zeb even, and Zeb's literally been playing and winning for like years. And I've been trying to incentivize all my like friends and teammates to like stream, even stream their matches, stream their games, and just ranked, because it helps them build a fan base. Like even me, I've been streaming like every day for the last month, and I've already like been getting a pretty big fan base of like like 100 viewers every stream, and I mean it helps connect me more to my fan base and people watching me and supporting me. which I think is like a big thing that players need to look out for in OWCS is just like building their own personal brand. Because like you have some players who played like last year, like who just don't really have like a fan base at all that even like just succeeded. Like the only notable name I can think of like that played good or like people liked seeing last year was Chopper. Like you saw at our Face It Masters, like a lot of people were saying like, oh my God, Chopper's back. And you don't really have many players like that in OBCS, but like when Hawk came back, it's like a giant fan base from like Owls, like, oh, my favorite Owl player is coming back, like I think that's just like something OWCS players should think about more is just like building their own brand.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think the best one good example of that this year that I saw was Infected, who didn't upload that much personally, but I know like people made like edits or like compilations or like clips of him on stream or whatever and compiled them and they got like decent viewership honestly for what they were. I think that stuff is like on a personal level for players that's really important, especially if like you're not planning to put all your eggs in the basket of Overwatch esports. And the thing is, like, you don't. I mean, it helps being really funny and entertaining. I mean, that's why people like PGE so much and whatnot, and Sugar Free and people like that. But that's not even a necessary thing. It's like, I mean, you mentioned earlier, like Painkiller, like the stuff that like Six did. There's other people in that lane too, like Akamarie and Vulture does that kind of thing with Junkrat. I think if you play a character that's just fun to watch, that's got like high burst damage or burst mobility, that's just entertaining to watch, and you're really good on that character, you can build a personal brand around that character. I mean, I would even say Durpee with the writing art is a good example of that. Being with the number one champ writing art in NA or whatever, like that kind of thing is like important to like building a brand and knowing what you're known for. Obviously for me, or like what I do like general edutainment stuff on OWCS, which is a slightly different thing because it's not specific to one character and it's not really built off gameplay. But I think if you're a player, I would literally if I was a player and I wanted to build a personal brand in 2026 while still competing, I would literally look at Sugar Free PGE people in my lane. What are they doing? How can I replicate that? Why does it work? Characters I can replicate. I'll click the most popular tab on their channels. Why are the most popular videos performing well? What is it about those popular videos that are performing well? I'd read through the
It's
comments.
VOD
What are the
viewing.
comments saying? Yeah, go on.
I said it's VOD reviewing, but just for
No,
content.
literally, like that's literally what I do. Like I will literally
Yeah.
go to different channels that are not even in Overwatch niche. That like in Rainbow Six Siege is a good example. Like that's how I got some of my inspiration from.
Mm.
But like other channels too. Like I will sort by most popular or look what's performing well over the last 4-5 months. See why that's performing well. And examples like meta videos. So for example, why is X character meta, or why aren't they meta, or whatever the case. And people care about that because they're casuals. They come back to the game periodically. They want to know what's popping well and what's not. Like the same way you VOD in terms of like improving as a player needs to be for content, and that's really important too. I don't even like I could literally autistically talk about this for like 10 hours, but like
Yeah.
in your analytics stuff like retention graphs are also really important too. Your pacing is really important. Your joke structure is really important. Especially when I script stuff, it's like I care a lot about how long is a section? Are people dropping off at a certain section? Should I have a certain section be longer? Do I tease things or foreshadow things throughout a video to keep people longer in the video? Like so many small stuff or so many small things that go into a video that I script. That's important for what I do. Again, for streamers or people that are just building their content without a script that are just taking it from stream, that's going to be slightly different. But it's important to keep in mind, especially if you are working on a scripted video or something that's a little bit more polished or whatever. I think one thing that I've seen a lot recently, at least with Super, I know he's a variety channel now, but like his best performing videos have personalities like Johnny G and people like that like hook the video and have a personality and have a storyline. That's really important if you're going to make content from your stream. It's like, are there certain characters that I can build a narrative around that draw people in? That's a really important thing. Maybe for you guys, I know Frankie P thinks about that a lot too. And it's like, are there characters in rank that are not just good for clips and good for TikToks, but good for structuring an entire video? That's really important to think about. But yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
I
thanks for
actually really agree with that. Like, I feel
yeah.
like that's like sorry to cut you off there, but like
No.
I think thinking about like that and like how you can actually like manually like because some people think of it just like oh streaming you're just streaming playing yourself like you're just streaming like playing the game and just showing off how you play, but like even if you look at like Team Liquid players like Tree, even like he pulls like 400 or 500 viewers and he's just funny and he just plays the game. But like thinking about how you can like build your brand more and like what you can do and like like you were saying, like look at like the analytics and like actually behind the scenes of like retention rate and stuff like that. Like I feel like a lot more players can like earn a lot more money and like grow their own brands just from like looking at stuff like that and like actually thinking about it. Because some players like just stream and they don't think about it, or some players they just like load up the game, they don't even try. But I think that's actually like a really important part of being like a pro player, of like building your own personal brand and like making, maybe not making content, but like maximizing what you can do in your position. Like especially if you're on like a partner team like Team Liquid, like if you look at like Infected streams, like he was probably streaming to like 50 to 100 people before he was on Liquid, and then now he's getting like 300 viewers, and a large part of that is like obviously because he's on Team Liquid, but also because he's entertaining and he's starting to build his own brand as a player. Um,
Dude, when you look at like the top guys and like even like okay, even like the IRL stuff, but like bro, I swear like when you click on like the really big streamers and stuff, they're so good at it, bro. I'll click on a stream and like somehow I'm like already hooked onto like they're already doing something. Like
Mhm.
that's the only thing like I struggle with in Overwatch is like queues. Like if I'm queue for
Yeah,
20 minutes, like
no, I
trying to
definitely.
keep people in your queue for 20 minutes is like hell. That's why like I find myself on alt accounts. Like I even
Mhm.
find myself like queuing drives end of season on tank.
Yeah,
Like
no,
gets
like
me more
exactly.
like retention than like just waiting.
Like
But
I'll
that's
literally,
a
I
struggle.
like, I'll stream and like sometimes I'll have like 160 average viewers, and then sometimes if I'm like in a long queue, like obviously like I was saying before, like all my accounts are like champ 2, so it's like I'm solo queue champ 2 on tank. A lot of my queue times are like 20, maybe 30, sometimes even 40 minutes. And it's actually another topic I want to talk about. I feel like the last 2 weeks as well, like a lot of my queues have been like instantaneous, and then I get poor match quality, and I'm used to getting like a 20-minute queue into like a good match quality, but lately I feel like the match quality is dropping off, but like that's a whole separate topic.
I think it's
Um,
probably just because no one's here.
I guess yeah, because no one's here. But like I I do like sometimes struggle myself, like when I'm streaming, of like what am I supposed to do in queue when I'm in queue for 20, 25, 30 minutes? Like I tried playing like a Pokemon game. It helped me keep a little bit of viewers and like help people keep people interacting like during my
But
queue times. But
low key, what you gotta get on. I don't know how strong your computer is, but low key, you gotta hop on a Walking Dead, the Telltale. I played every single. I was one season. I played all like the 4 games,
yeah.
and like people like that because it's like, oh, The Walking Dead. I played this before, and like they just stop in, see what you do. Probably something like Dispatch. People might
Yeah.
watch that,
Yeah. No,
but
but
yeah,
I
it's tough. I play like Fortnite now.
I agree with a lot what you guys are talking about, and especially what Kajor saying. I had really good insight there. But I think a lot of pro players like I don't, not to like flame them or anything, but I don't think they try. Like I don't even think a lot of these guys like boot up Twitch and even try, and I don't know if they realize how lucky they are to be in a situation where like, because the hardest part in streaming is like getting past the 1 to 3 viewer phase. Like so many people
Oh yeah.
get like
Yeah.
0 viewers because nobody knows them. They have no
I mean,
reason to
there's
be
like
known. They have to.
people. There's like people like the Hanzo like Doom. I remember there's like I forget who he was. There's like a Hanzo Doom player, and like wasn't even bad at the game, but he's just like he streamed every single day, and it's like five
Yeah,
viewers, and
exactly.
it's like sometimes you're lucky you get past, but also some people hate it. Like I know some people like I've talked to some people. I think they've come around full circle at this point after seeing like money, but it's just like they booted up the stream and they just hate it. They're like, I just do it for money.
Oh yeah,
Like,
exactly.
but then some people love it.
I
So
mean, I just think
No, yeah.
like bare minimum, I don't even think you have to like do anything. I mean, you're playing ranked. If you're gonna play ranked, you might as well boot it up. You could do no face cam, no comms, and just like by
yeah.
being on a top 6 team, you're probably gonna get minimum like 50 viewers if you do it consistently for a week.
No,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like
so
pretty much exactly what happened to me. Like I've been competing in Overwatch for like the last 2 years. I've been like top 10 for the last like year, and like I would stream like a little bit, but like I've never streamed as much as I have recently, especially with like people going to Stockholm and like going away for like 2 3
Yeah.
weeks, and
Really good time.
there's just a lack of high ranked Overwatch like gameplay. Like there's a fan base that like just has nobody to watch, and I feel like I got pretty lucky. Like I was looking at my analytics on Twitch, like literally like a month and a half ago, I was getting like 40, 30, even like 20 viewers sometimes, and like literally the last like week of streaming I've been getting like 100, 130, 160 randomly, and it's like um after
Or
getting
it's pure
past that, like,
dopamine.
no, literally after getting past that like first hurdle, it's so much easier now as a player. But like even if you look at some other players' streams, like I know I've been encouraging Rocket to stream, and even Lucmino now he's been streaming like almost like not every day, but like he's been streaming a lot lately, and like his viewership used to go from like he used to have 30 views, 20 views, and he was in Overwatch League, like and
Yeah.
and now he's getting
That's the
like
thing.
70, 80, and it's like
I
helping.
think people just gotta stay consistent. It's just hard. I mean, like some people don't understand it, and like I try to like preach it as much as I can because I've also learned the same thing. It's just you gotta go live at the same time. Like if you're gonna do it, like try to have like a schedule. Like you don't have to, but like even on like Paris when my streams, because I already like consistently was streaming before, but like when I went on Paris, it was like, all right guys, I'll try to stream Thursday at like this time, and I'll try to
Yeah.
stream like Friday. Like that's all I got. But like now when I'm live on like when I'm live at like noon, I'm live basically by noon every single day, like 6 days a
Mhm.
week. And then one day I went live at like 8 a.m. Complete like third of the amount of people there, like a third of my viewers because they're just not used to it. Like no one's
Yeah.
used to me being live then. I used to stream at 8 p.m. My streaming schedule used to be 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. every single day. And like I had a completely different community. So it's
What
just
was that?
about
I
like
don't remember you like
keeping
starting
consistent.
stream. That's where you've always been early
That
stream.
was during Paris.
Oh,
So it was
okay, that
I
was a
literally
long time ago.
it was kind of like it was like low key like full degen, but like I'd wake up, go to the gym, come back. By the time like it was winter, and like by the time that was like dark out. It was
Yeah.
like 3 p.m. and it was like kind of getting dark, so I barely saw the sun. Go straight into like 4 hours of scrims and then stream for like 8 hours, and that was it. And then next day,
Yeah, I think like a lot of like high ranked Overwatch like players like don't realize how many people literally go on Twitch just to see like what the highest ranked game is being played. Like I feel like that's where a lot of my viewership comes from of just like
Durpee is
like
every time I go on Durpee stream, he's watching someone else in queue.
like I feel like people don't even realize like especially like people who like consistently play ranked that just don't stream at all, and it's like there's so many people that literally just like even myself, like all of us I'm sure always click through Twitch just to see who's playing ranked, who's like what's the highest lobby going on right now, just out of curiosity. And it's like a lot of people just don't realize that like if they just stream at high rank they'll just pull viewers over time, and they just need to be consistent. And
You don't even need a plug, bro. They'll just know your
yeah,
name.
actually literally
Yeah.
It's interesting because you guys are all high rank players. So it's
And
you don't
you.
again you don't need that marketing essentially. Like it's you if you stream consistently and you're good at the game, people by proxy will just come to you by again virtue of the fact that you're high rank or you're high elo. Especially if you're like top 10. Again, it's top heavy. Twitch is a kingmaker system. It's everyone like it's not a zero sum game, but it's less meritocratic than something like YouTube, where I guess the challenge on my end, I'm like having the opposite issue, where it's like I don't play the game. I'm not good at the game. Like I need to find a way of funneling or giving people a reason to watch my stream, even if I'm not good at the game. And for me, that's primarily I'm gonna ask around if I am allowed to do this.
Yeah.
But reviewing
Uh-huh.
OWCS codes are like really like I remember jumped and pulled out Reinhardt on like Esperanza or something, and like that was a relatively good stream for me because people want to know about why is a Korean team pulling out the worst tank in the game basically on this map and winning decisively, and maybe I can do that for Stockholm. I'm not sure if codes are allowed to be streamed or dispersed, but that kind of stuff
I
is
think problem with that is codes wipe
I
on
think they're on
Tuesday.
OPR. Oh yeah, code's also
yeah no
probably
I've got
OPR and codes wipe.
I think I've got OPR, but I'm not sure if you're allowed to
Oh.
stream OPR. I
I'm
don't. I
pretty sure you
wasn't.
are.
You used to not be able to, but then like now OPR doesn't exist. Honestly, I just asked someone at Blizzard. I don't think it'll be like that impossible. Just be like,
Thing
hey,
is,
is it
I
okay?
had OPR for EWC, and I asked, and I was apparently not allowed, but that might change, so I might ask again. That's like. Again, my thing is with that is if that doesn't work, then maybe I need to do like a scuffed version of just looking at OBS Sojin VODs, which isn't ideal, obviously. I know
Yeah.
Cap was doing that before Stockholm, but that's like the thing. It's like Cap's a good example. It's like people don't watch Cap because he's good at the game. People watch Cap because he's smart and he knows what he's talking about, and he's got
Mhm.
insight into the game, and you can watch something and you'll learn something from it. I think for the average person, or for like a viewer in chat, for example, or someone who isn't like, top 10, top 20 on leaderboards or whatever, you've got two options. It's either you grind the fuck out the game and you become that level to where people will just watch you by how good you are at the game. Maybe you just OTP like a random dog shit. Maybe you OTP Sim because no one's playing Sim in an A, and you become the best Sim ever, and people want to watch you. Maybe that's the strat.
Dyslexia streamed.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's a potential method. Or you try and do the other way around, and you find a market on YouTube.
You need to
and
find a
try and
way to
grow it in
like
some kind of
have
way.
your own unique thing. Because I mean, I streamed like
Yeah.
that. Like I started streaming in like 2020, and nobody really found out about me until like 2023. But like I would stream like 0 viewers, 1 viewer, 2 viewer, like all the time.
I mean, even like PG popped off a lot recently. Like
Yeah.
you just kind of have moments of explosion. It just happens.
But
It's
honestly,
like being prepared for the
But
moment.
like think of like
PG's
Bastion Main. Like that guy like was popular because he was in Sleepy's games and made like Microsoft Windows noises.
Yeah.
Like you just like you
Yeah.
don't have to like do
Remember
that, but like you
Elmo?
gotta find something that makes yes, bro. Elmo is his own. Oh my gosh, yes, I remember that.
There's like Elmo and Tilted Hung, I think, were like the big ones.
Yeah.
I will say it definitely does help like getting different perspective because like for me like as like a like I guess like next generation of pro players, like I was never in contenders, I was never an owl. I made one LAN and I've beaten like I feel like I'm like pretty decent at the game, but like I never like I've been thinking about coaching, but I never really thought like I was like I guess good enough to give good insight. But like even after talking to people like in my stream, just being high ranked, there's a market of people who only care about like rank and like for me, like I was doing like 2 gifted subs, and I'll VOD review a code, like preferably tank, obviously, because I'm a tank
Bro,
player.
up your rate right
And
now.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro.
but like it would be like
We gotta raise the money.
people would like actually like be interested in that just because I'm high rank. And before I would be like, oh no, maybe nobody would even like I don't even know what I would charge for coaching if I did private coaching. I don't even know like if people would be interested in me coaching because I haven't like I'm not an owl. I was never contenders. I've only made one LAN. But like thinking about it from like a different perspective, like oh, there's just a market of people who will probably like pay for coaching just for ranked and just because I'm high ranked. And like I did have like a pretty good amount of people of just like who actually already watched my stream who just would, give 2 subs and ask for coaching and then either do it again or just more people would want to watch and get coaching. So I know Kajor was saying like, like trying to like make something out of nothing sort of thing where it's like you're not good at the game, you need to find like I guess like you were saying like a reason for people to like want to watch you of like, watching codes, watching like a random OTP. I guess like just thinking about it from a different perspective can like really help, and like even just talking to like your fan base of like what content you want to see. But on YouTube I guess it's a little harder because people just watch videos, they don't really like I mean people comment, but it's not like Twitch chat where it's like live feedback discussions with the person. So
That's the
I
thing
don't know.
that's like full glaze to someone like CarQ. Like, he posts all his videos and then he's like live, he's just streaming. He's not like the best player, but he's just there. And like you can ask him questions. He's always just like chilling about. But like he's able to like nail both heads. And it's like pretty
Mhm.
well. And then you can also like look at someone with like more high impact streams. So like basically how I see it as like the structured streams. In theory, like someone like Hunter and Commander X, it's like, their main grab is videos and co-streams. But then like, if I assume less people probably watch him like play ranked. So it's like you just gotta
Yeah.
find that space.
I think a good example of that in like NA Overwatch tier 2 is like Bull Skunk. Like I feel like Bull Skunk gets like a lot of like viewers like every time he streams like matches, whether it's EU matches or it's NA Face It matches. But like I feel like
Skunk the GOAT.
he is the GOAT, and I do feel bad when he doesn't have like a big fan base outside of streaming because I mean
I
Bull
feel
Skunk
bad
is
for
like
him
an
because he's
awesome
usually
dude. Like
he's always the guy who takes like the 2-minute delay because no one wants to tank a 2-minute delay on their stream. It's the worst
Yeah.
thing ever. But he tanks the 2-minute delay, and then everyone just watches his like a stream of his stream,
yeah.
which is like the hard part for him. So I wish like somehow even like the lower ways like just find a stream
I just
that
wish they'd give
isn't
more support. I think
delayed.
they're gonna do it this season where they're doing the playoffs are gonna be like on the main stream because they did that 2 seasons ago for Masters, and they're doing it again this season. They didn't do it last season, but like they could have like Bull Skunk cast it, so like he could know
No, I
it for
hope
that.
he
Yeah.
deserves to. He's
Yeah.
literally been co-streaming like all the Faceit matches since I was in like I was like a new player, like literally playing in Faceit Season 1, and like
Yeah.
none of my matches would ever get streamed unless Bullskunk's in the lobby, and it's like it really just does give a platform to NA players that they don't normally end up having. Like if you're not in OWCS, it's like how is it like you think of back when it's like you had contenders just always streaming or always playing and people would just watch contenders, but now it's like, okay, who do you watch for Faceit Masters? It's not really broadcasted unless like Pulskunk does it, you know? So it's like I think he really deserves to get a lot more recognition, and I hope Blizzard gives him like some recognition for like what he's done, because he's really like made such a big impact on like the tier 2 Overwatch. And like I think all like Faceit Masters players or any players who have played through Faceit Masters as like they're up and coming, like I feel like a lot of them like really do appreciate the work he's done, and I really do hope he succeeds and gets like recognized and supported by Blizzard.
Yeah, 100%. I think he was actually supposed to be doing the EU-NA showdown, right? And that was supposed to be broadcasted at the LAN,
Yeah.
but that went south, and there's a bunch of Twitter stuff on that. But
Exactly.
I'm glad he's at least like,
LAN?
no, you know, they're doing like the #1 NA Masters Division team plays the #1 NA, or sorry, the #1 EU Masters Division team, and like
yeah,
that was
was it
gonna.
supposed to be a LAN?
No, it was supposed to be like pre-recorded and then played at Sweden,
Oh,
but that didn't happen because like
oh.
that match didn't exist because there were like some conflicts with the teams. But yeah, I mean, it seems like Blizzard at least, you know, knows of him and wants to promote him more, so that's really good. And hopefully going into 2026, he has a lot more opportunities there, and hopefully the division as a whole just has more opportunities, because I feel like, you know, they had the contenders broadcast every contenders match, and now it's kind of like nobody even knows what tier 2 Overwatch is. Like nobody really knows about Faceit Masters, and if they do, they can't watch it unless they know of Bullskunk. They have to find out that Bullskunk exists somehow.
And then Bullskunk has to be watching that stream.
Yeah, and like, yeah, well, obviously Bullskunk's the
There's
only guy
like
doing
30
it. He can't
games.
cover. And there's some other people that co-stream it, and I hope they also are able to be on those official Blizzard streams. But yeah, it would just be awesome if like Blizzard could promote that more. And it seems like they're doing it with like the collegiate announcements and the changes to like the Masters Division formats and stuff. So that'll be good to see.
Yeah, I
Bro,
mean,
imagine they made
honestly,
it so
bro,
it's like Counter-Strike where you could join lobbies like on a 2-minute delay, or like Deadlock, you can like spectate.
Yeah, they should add more spectators. Like, yeah, it's like pretty weird to you have to sign up.
Well, like
to be
spectators,
there.
like a replay viewer esque. I know in like Counter-Strike, it's like when esports is live, you can like just join the lobby. Like, of course, it's not like live, but
Yeah.
like you can join and like watch like overhead and like move around like an actual spectator for the
Dude,
esport match.
like honestly, they should find a way to like obviously like everyone has been saying we need an esports tab, but like imagine a world where they like because Blizzard does like try to push Faceit. Like obviously as you guys see like with the latest like announcement where it's like, oh, Faceit Masters will connect into OWCS Stage 1, but we can't really give information on that. Like I don't know if you guys remember when they said that like a month or
Yeah.
two ago, that was the only news they gave. But like so they're trying to like either work with Faceit or like bring Faceit in or just have players go through Faceit, but like people don't really know like Faceit or care about it. So like I feel like if they were able to have a way to like have, you know, matches always streamed, like, you know, Blizzard like pays like like I know Bullskunk isn't the only person. I know like Tiny Shiny does it. Like she also streams like some of
Yeah.
the, you know, Faceit matches, but like if they were able to give them like a bigger platform to like, you know, in game, like saying, oh yeah, in Faceit Masters, it's basically contenders. So like in Faceit Masters, you have this team versus this team, and Bullskunk is streaming it on this page. Or like even just if Blizzard made like Faceit Masters streamer accounts, and it's like Faceit Masters A is streaming this match with Bullskunk, and then Faceit Masters B is streaming this match with Tiny Shiny. You know, it's like I feel like if like those are some really like easy to implement ideas to really help the scene in NA as well. So
And
I
one
actually
thing I think
wish
players
that
could
would happen.
do that would get a lot of attention is if you just stream your match and like, dude, if you do it no comms, no delay, I think that's like the most like
Mhm.
beast mode way to get viewership. Like everybody wants to watch that, bro.
Like
Everybody
full
wants to watch
comms?
these like, yeah, like I mean, Rack, you used to do that with
Yeah.
SOG. PG
We
used to do it all the time.
we do. I think we did delay, but we did full.
Oh, maybe
comms.
there was delay because you might have had to, but I think
collegiate, we do nothing.
yeah, no, I streamed Masters Division with EDM forever, and like even before that, I would stream it. I would do no delay because they didn't care. Full comms, and like, dude,
Well,
everybody wants
I
to
actually
watch
found
it.
out. I found out in like basically every rule book, it doesn't say you need delay.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
it's like
kind of
delay
like
only hurts
it's
you,
kind
to
of
be
like
honest.
it's gonna put you at a
Yeah,
disadvantage.
it only harms you. So like, it's a risk you have to take. And obviously, if you're willing to
Let's
win,
call
maybe
him
you
a
shouldn't do that.
bitch.
But if you're focused on like viewership and content and you want to do well, I think that's a really easy way to do it. Is just like no delay, full comms, like because everybody wants to watch like a high level team and hear their comms. Like everybody loves the comms checks
Yep.
for OWCS, and I kind of wish they incorporated that even more than they do now because like it's just so entertaining. Um, so if like players themselves want to take it into their own hands and do that more often, I think a lot of people would want to watch that. And it could be anybody. Like honestly, on Face and Masters, anybody could do it and get viewers.
Bro, there's something insane I was about to say, but I completely blanked on it.
You're gonna
I
say,
feel
Durpee, I'm
horrible.
unbanning you. I feel bad
No,
because I know you can go in
not
there,
that
bro.
insane.
I know you can go
Not
in
that
there.
insane. Dude, I
Alright.
saw the computer.
I know
I saw the
you saw the
unbanned
computer that could unban
Crack
me.
manually
Bro, you
banned.
should have just quickly went up there and did /unban Durpee and then like ran out.
Mm.
They would never know.
Dude, I'm pissed I forgot. But yeah, that's all I got.
It's okay.
Well, now I'm gonna be mad. I don't know what you want to say.
Dude, I know. No, I'm pissed at me. There's something to do with OWCS and probably something to do with players.
PG, SOG, nothing.
No, nothing, bro. Fuck. Flick.
Cool. Well, I mean, we've been here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's
Oh,
crazy.
shit. Finally. Remembered.
There we go.
We need to find a way. I mean, every other like pro league, B league, we need player cams. We need player face cams. I'm just gonna say that like straight up. Like there needs to be some way to do it, and even if it's just face cam, even if it's like optional, like just let people put face cams on their matches.
Yeah.
I think it would be insane.
Dude,
Like
yeah,
I know,
but
I know like Siege does it. Well, like even if you have like an option, but
I mean, it's just hard because if it's optional, most people probably just aren't gonna do it because it's like people don't want like, especially if you're like a player who's like already not a streamer, you don't really have that big of a personal brand. It's like it might feel like kind of scary. It's like, oh yeah, if I just lose this match, everyone's gonna see me like just sitting
I
there
say make
losing
it mandatory then. Only OWCS mandatory, unless
mandatory
crazy.
OWCS.
I think you should. I mean, in Overwatch League, the only person ever to do that was Kepster because he just didn't show
Yeah.
his face. And then like, but like in Overwatch League was like really complex. They've probably fixed everything by now, but like we literally had a second like Raspberry Pi that plugged into our computer, into the internet on a different Ethernet cord, and then into our computer. Like it was weird, but like I know like dude, even like collegiate Rocket League has player cams. Like we could figure it out pretty easily. And I think whether people like it or not, I think it's really good for the scene if you could get player cams on, because then you could also build your personality better. Imagine it cuts to Razor on Junkrat, one clipping like 3, and then like he just gets up and starts doing like an emote on his bed. Like that would be funny as hell.
No,
Like
it
you could
reminds
do
me
literally.
of someone like the gifs of him dancing after like in Florida Mayhem or some shit. Like
Yeah, you seen
stuff
the
like
do you
that
see the
really
video
helps.
of Boaster twerking? Bro, that's the only clip I've ever seen of like Valorant. Like look at this one. Where is it? This one. It's saved. Look at that. Like imagine just winning the World Series and you just
Hey, yo.
smack that.
Huh.
Like
No, that's good though. Yeah, that's just a free way to
dude,
get
and like
content,
half of my brand was built by me losing and looking sad. So like that's why I think that's really
That shit is
good.
pretty true, bro.
Like half
So
of the
many
pictures.
videos of
Dude, I
Rap just
remember
losing.
after the Vegas Eternal season, I met one of my friends, and he's like, "Oh, how's the season going or whatever?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's pretty bad or like whatever. It's like it's not great." He's like, "Yeah, I just saw a video. I saw a montage of you losing in your face for 2 minutes straight." I was like, "Oh, okay, well, yep, he knows." But like, yeah, I think it builds your personality so much more, whether they want it or not. Hopefully, like Blizzard will stipend them like $60 for like a Logitech C22 camera at minimum or something. But
Do you think they
like,
should do it for
yeah,
like
there's gonna
every
be
OWCS or
sometimes.
just the partners? Because I think the one thing with OWCS is that
At
like
least,
anybody could get into top 8 technically just by the format of the thing. So there might be like some like
yeah.
issues with the people that.
I think mandatory partners and optional everyone else if they
Yeah.
wanted. That's how I'd say it. And I just like basically as if I was the admin, I'd be like, I recommend you all use it, but I understand some of you guys want to like stay hidden. But if you're on a partner team, you're gonna be showing your face
I mean,
regardless.
if you're
So
a
it doesn't
partner
matter.
team. Yep.
And then like even if you're on like an org like Nightmare, you know, like Nightmare might put in their contract you gotta put your face cam on too, unless crazy external circumstance. Just because it also helps them build their brand. It just helps. It helps everyone all around. Unless you a real chop chud, then I don't know.
Just cuts to you like eating McDonald's after getting killed.
Yeah. Dude, it cut to me like taking a bite between like every death.
That's a good idea though. That'd
Yeah.
help a lot. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say we've been on it for 2 hours and 20 minutes now, so didn't mean to keep you guys this long. But if anybody has anything else they want to bring up, I mean, I still got whatever time we need, or we could just end it now. Up to you guys.
I got nothing personally. Anyone?
No, I think we talked about a
Kajor?
lot and even branched
Yeah,
out.
no. I mean, it's currently 4 a.m. over here,
What?
so
Yeah, I was
Oh,
about
yeah,
to
dude,
say.
you're
I
in
was like,
Europe,
damn.
bro. You gotta
When
go
you
to
said you were
bed.
European, I was like, when do
Yeah.
you go to bed?
Dude, I want to get more
normally?
Europeans on there, but it's like the time zone is just so awkward. I mean, I could shift it around, but it's been consistent time every
Bro,
time.
you know what you
yeah.
have to do? We gotta do like Stadium Saturday. Like you know, like Fortnite Friday. I'm telling
We
you,
are not
like,
doing no
Fortnite
Stadium
Friday is so
Saturday, bro. Rack,
perfect.
that is all you, bro.
Dude,
How about you start that
that'll
up,
be
Rack,
so
you can set up for
fun.
Stadium Saturday.
bro?
But
Rack,
the
we
only
will
thing
all
is,
watch
it
it.
sucks.
Support you from the
We're
sidelines,
all
bro.
watching.
Dude, the only thing is in Fortnite, it's just good because you can just have like 2 people. But like
Yeah.
in Stadium Saturday, I'm gonna get overwhelmed. You know. Wait, so do you
Yeah.
have like a cooked EU sleep schedule to like make up for NA time, or do you just thug it out for Durpee?
No, okay, I actually kind of reset it in Stockholm because
Oh,
I mean I've got the flu
Durpee tell
now, so
you.
I've just been resting.
Oh,
But like,
are you sick too?
yeah, bro, are you? Wait, you're not sick, right?
No.
No, you didn't get that
I got
shit. I
everyone
mean,
sick first day, but now I'm good. I'm
but like
kidding.
going drinking after every night was probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I
But
went to one of the bars and it was just like someone's like, "Rack, let me buy you a drink." I went like one night and I just kept getting drinks handed to me.
yeah, no.
That's a good problem to have.
But low key, my sleep schedule is like, I know Cap made that one video, like, you're not trying hard enough. And every single time it's like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and I'm like, I have to edit something, that video like pops into my mind. And I just like grind through like 3-4 hours and I cut my sleep schedule to get a video out at like 5 a.m. or some shit. And then the cycle of into repeats. But yeah, no, like low key, this isn't even a bad time for me, to be honest. But my sleep schedule is just all over the place as it usually is.
Dude, you
Yeah.
gotta start playing with the lights on though. You can't burn your eyes out.
No, dude,
I
I used
waited
to do
too
that for 2
long.
years, bro. That's badass, bro. Keep doing it.
You are like Batman.
No, yeah, but I wish.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for getting on here.
Wait, I
yeah.
got one more question.
Oh my
PK,
gosh.
Yo,
because I remember this happened last time. Like, you know, I gotta like, ask the OWCS players or just any players in general.
yeah,
Like, you know, I can't like fully tell from here, but like, when you wake up, do you just like before you match, do you just like do you make your bed or no? Would you not
bro,
like ever think
I
like
don't.
during interview like I'd be like, wow, this is gonna be behind me. Maybe I should
I
like.
mean, not really, bro. I feel like making your bed is like so like old gen. Like, nope, bro.
Dude,
You
but
wake
it's
up,
literally one. It's one.
bro.
It's
Okay,
one sheet. That's all you gotta do.
okay. I literally have a blanket and 2 pillows, and it's like, bro, I don't want to
Oh
have to.
no,
I don't really care to make my
dude.
bed like that. It's just a blanket and a pillow.
Dude, it's about the principle. See, Durpee's bed is made. Look at that. He's got.
I just
got a
make it
nice
while I
bed.
brush my teeth, dude. I
Kajor's
do so
bed
much
is
stuff while
made.
I'm brushing my teeth, bro. I walk around and do like 4 things while I'm brushing my teeth. Like,
No, I'm not. I'm also not like throwing shade. It's literally every OWCS player ever. I think like Vega had like sheets everywhere, tissues on the ground. I know like
Okay, that you
Peace.
should just
I
have a
remember like
clean
Peace.
like my room isn't like my room is just
Yeah,
like
no,
really
yeah,
small. Like I don't really have
yeah.
like a lot of room, so it's like I just have shit everywhere. So it's kind of just I'm at the point where it's just like I don't know. It's just like I don't really make my bed. Uh,
Nigga,
I don't
I was
really
just
think about it
asking.
ever.
I don't
I never
know.
normally make my bed. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
I'll just like if I'm streaming with Facecam, it's like I'll just make sure there's like just not junk behind me, but like that's about it.
Someone just said in my chat, Durpees looks accidentally made.
Dude, I just like put this sheet over the bed so that like stuff doesn't get on my bed, bro. I don't know how to, bro. I just, yeah, it's kind of.
No.
Oh, dude, no, it's because I pushed the pillow aside because I had to turn the Christmas tree light on. I have to like fit in through the bed and the Christmas tree to turn the light on, bro. That's why.
My last comment should I get like a little fake Christmas tree or something for my background?
I got one on my
Get a
home.
12-foot one, bro.
It's nice.
12
Is that
bro,
fake or is that real?
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that.
bro. Get a 12-foot.
Mine is fake.
Get like a small one. It's get them from like Walmart. I have one when I go home. Except I might not even use it, dude. I hate big rooms. I don't know how to decorate it. There's too much going on. Like yours is perfect. Like this is fine. What?
You saying mine is perfect?
No, Durpee's.
Yeah,
Durpee's.
no.
Like Durpee's room's
Yeah.
perfect. It's like bed, and then you can put something behind you. But like when I go back home, it's like in a huge bedroom. And I just don't know what to do in it. So I put up my Vegas Eternal backdrop.
I can really show like my room is just like my bed. I had my air conditioner there, like, and then I have my desk here, and that's like it. Like my room doesn't.
Wait,
my room's
Durpee, are you?
really small? So
Do you fall for streamer syndrome too, where like everything here is like perfectly fine, and then like if you turn the camera to this, is it fucked over there?
Not really, bro. My room just like has nothing. I mean, like I got like that. Got the lamp over there, and then like, okay, so that like black
Dude, I got,
those shelves were behind me
Yeah.
originally. I just moved it over for the tree, but.
Bro, I got like over here is just shit, just from unpacking. Like it's like the
Yeah.
perfect out of
That's
LOS.
not even that bad. But you'll get around to it eventually. I like your
No.
background bar. I like that stuff on the wall.
Oh, the NRG panels before I got dropped.
Yeah, and plus, bro, if your room is like trash, and I'm not saying Kajor's is, but you could always go the Kajor route, just do like, no lights, and then like you can't even see
Damn.
anything, bro. Nobody will
Yeah,
notice.
low key. I mean, you can't really see much, but like,
No
because
way.
my room is, I'm enshrouded in darkness. But yeah, no, I'm just I've got some tissues because I've got the flu, of course, but that's basically it.
I also have the flu. No, I'm
Okay.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I hope you
gosh.
do feel better. I know my girlfriend's sick too. A lot of people like I heard SSG was like really sick going into the
Lep-
tournament or something.
Lep and Chronic are both really sick right now.
Yeah.
Or at least
so I
Lep
hope you
is,
do
but
feel
it's, like,
better.
Chronic is
I
doing
had the
good.
flu into pneumonia, and that was like the worst. I got double pumped. That shit hurt. Yeah.
All
We're
right.
good here. You want to wrap us up?
I did that like 4 times, then Rack's gonna say something about like
Dude, I'm sorry.
my
I'll
curtains.
stop. I'll
He's
stop.
gonna say something about
Okay,
my
did you see
curtains.
the new stadium?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
no,
bro! The
stop.
spawn camping turrets, bro. Rack, we are going to play Stadium and test out the spawn
Really?
camping
Okay, fine.
turrets, and then like give feed. Yeah, we're gonna play Stadium Saturday, bro. One of these days. No,
I will
alright.
not be there.
Me neither, bro. All right, yo, I'm gonna go and let everybody off the call. Thank you guys for hopping on. That was a great discussion. Yeah, I'll see you guys around.
Yeah. Was fun.
Later, guys.
You know,
Bye.
peace.